And now for all you reggae fans,
Bruh.
this is the Caribbean Tiger Big Brown Bear remix from our friends at Chimera Coffee. Thank you to the best coffee in the world.
There's something moving in the shadows.
Caribbean Tiger! Kingston to Montgomery! Step careful going down now. Hey! Gang up, strap up, maybe even hold up. Something ain't right. All the people asking what's up. Hey! Feeling in your wah-wah. Hey! No reason for a doctor. Hey! What's your smell in your nostrils? Hey! Something crazy you can handle. Caribbean Tiger!
Oh my god!
Big Bam Bam!
Caribbean Tiger!
Oh my god!
Big Bam Bam!
I said, shorty, keep an eye out. That way there, cross and low, don't stare. Don't worry, we want meat, but we don't want murder. We don't want murder. Mess with us, and we might have to hurt ya. Hey. I'm running and I'm jumping and I'm moving in silence. Go correct, and we bring the violence. Caribbean Tiger!
Oh my god!
Big Bam Bam!
Caribbean Tiger!
Oh my god!
Big Bam Bam!
Oh, shout out to my Afghan American brother, Tariq and Yusuf. Well, having no rum. Yeah. Some reggae, and I like that we
We're
give
back.
a shout out to Tariq and Yusuf Azim.
Chimera Coffee, man.
Chimera Coffee, man. Good job.
Legit
That was
music
a legit song.
production there.
Got me very excited. Very
Good
excited.
song.
Yes,
Finally, Kid Army, we are back.
Both of us went on
What
a little.
is
We were on a
up?
little family vacay. I went away with the fam, saw my parents.
Both went to
To the
basically
west.
Midwest.
Not Midwest. That's the West. Colorado and Utah are considered the West.
No, it's Colorado's considered Midwest.
I don't believe it is. I believe Colorado is considered the
Nah.
Rocky Mountains, right? I think that's the West. I don't believe
Is it
that
the West?
Yeah. When
I'm
you
pretty
say
sure
you're
it's
from
Midwest.
Colorado, you are not from the Midwest. When you're from Wisconsin and Michigan and those
That's the
areas,
Midwest?
Yeah, you're not from the. You're from the
You would
West.
say
Now
the
you've
West?
lived there a long time. You born and raised there, and
You've lived there all your life.
yeah, and so we're
Grew
from
up
the
there.
West.
I never say I'm from the West.
Yeah, you are, and yar, and so let's get that current. You're 7 hours away from Utah. You're less. So you're from the West, not from the Midwest.
Oh man, how was your time?
My time is always relaxing in Utah, though my mother.
Well, first of all, just let the fans know, the listeners know, you go to Utah because your family owns a place in Utah. Correct?
Yes, in
Yeah.
Park City. They're not Mormons, but my mother's interesting because my mother lives in Park City. It's a very safe place, and
Yeah.
it's very pretty.
It's all white.
and it couldn't be
Not talking
whiter.
about the mountains.
Couldn't be whiter, and a lot of Samoans and Tongans because the Mormon missionaries go there, and the Samoans and Mormons are like, I can convert and come to America and get jobs. No, they also, I'm sure there's also sincere conversion, but either way, it's pretty interesting, and it's a cool place. I counted exactly 3 black people in Park City, which is
Now, if you're black,
outrageous.
what makes you go there?
Well, if you have money, a lot of athletes.
No athletes go to. Oh my God! Yeah, every black athlete, bro. We just got paid.
Yo,
let's head to St. George,
Utah!
Utah, son.
Utah. Well, I met.
They go
I met,
L.A., Vegas,
But I met Darren-
Atlanta,
No,
Miami,
I met-
New York.
but Darren Williams was there. I met Darren Williams.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And
You know Darren Williams.
I know Darren
Plays in the
Williams very
NBA.
well. Very good player, all star.
Yeah, handsome dude.
Handsome dude?
Light skin, handsome
super
brother.
light skin. What'd you
Yeah.
guys talk about?
We didn't talk. I mean, but we
Hold
met.
on.
Yeah.
When you say met,
Right.
you were just in the same room as
No,
him.
I mean we were. Look, I mean I met his assistant, and then I met his wife.
Did you and
And
him
then-
have a conversation?
I mean, did we talk?
I knew it.
I mean, okay, maybe we didn't. I was in the area. I was
I was in
standing
the
very
area.
close to him.
You eyed him up
I eyed him up, and I met his friend. His friend was there who played basketball.
with him.
Yeah. No, he played for the Lakers. Can't remember his name. Yeah.
Are you lying?
I am. I'm a liar. I'm a liar, but he was near me. I saw him, and somebody told me who he was. Didn't know who he was.
Very
by the way.
good player, yeah. Phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Not fun to play in Utah, though. Small market.
Yeah.
Hard to be a superstar in Utah.
I would imagine. He plays for the Jazz.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
What,
He's a beautiful looking man, and his wife is beautiful, which shouldn't be
for some
surprising.
reason, did he go to Brooklyn? Was he traded to Brooklyn?
To the Brooklyn Dodgers? Yes, he was. He plays for the Brooklyn
For some
Dodgers
reason,
now.
I think Darren Williams plays for Brooklyn Nets now.
He signed a $30 million contract, I think.
Well, they're getting paid like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's you, the
So-
kiddos, and wifey in Utah.
Yeah,
with all
and
the
then,
fans.
and then parents. My
Was your
mother
sister out there?
No, my mother is interesting because she lives in one of the safest places on the planet, and she still can find danger anywhere.
Wait, do they live in Utah full time?
Yes,
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow,
but they have a place in New York.
but they're always in Utah.
Yes, my dad doesn't like the jungle of Manhattan, as he calls it.
Wow.
Yeah, so he hangs out and he watches specials on big cats, practices Italian, plays golf, and shoots guns
And eats.
on a range.
And eats.
He's on a diet.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? When you're that
'Cause he's
old,
75, and I agree. When you're 75, just get fat as a tick and just walk around with your middle finger up in the air, especially if you got money.
yeah, man. Well, he hasn't been on a diet his whole life, right? And at 75, you're like, yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, it's like me boxing at 48. I'm gonna get good at this.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally looked at me. He goes, "I was practicing like slipping punches." He looks at me. He goes, "We're playing golf." He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, you're a middle-aged guy." Literally, he goes, "You're a middle-aged guy. Look at my middle-aged son pretending to fight. Look at this." He goes,
no.
"What are you doing?" I go, "I'm an idiot." He goes. I said, "But I do spar." He goes, "Yeah, I know you do. Why do you do that?" And then he stopped and he goes, "But then again, why am I studying Italian?" It was hilarious. We both agreed that we were kind of
You had a
idiots.
good time with your pops.
He's the best. And I love my mother. My mother, though, again, she was. We were driving up the road and the speed limit's, I don't know, 30 miles an hour at the most. Slow down. She says this every time we're going up the hill to the house. Every time. Slow down. It's a wide open road, huge road. I mean, huge road.
No snow, obviously.
No snow. It's a huge road, plenty of visibility, and very few cars. Slow down. Be very careful. Very careful here. Deer just jump out. They just jump out. And I go, okay. She says this every time. And I bite my tongue because I'm already freaking out. And she goes, and if you do see a deer, drive, hit it. Just hit it. Never swerve. Never swerve or brake. Hit it. Better to kill the deer than yourself. If you swerve, I'm going 25 miles an hour.
Is that true, though?
No, it's not. You know what I didn't come back with?
Is that true?
You know what I didn't come back with? I should have said, hey, Mom, what happens when the deer flies through the windshield?
Yeah, they usually go through the window.
Yeah, and you
first.
get a hoof in your fucking eye.
Done.
And did I say that? No, I didn't. I was too
You just
angry.
got to take it.
I got to take it. I bite my lip. I tell her, I'm like, I love you, but you're never allowed to talk about what's dangerous. You know what she told me today? She comes to me. She goes, don't use your cell phone at gas stations. 150 people have been burned very badly by the static electricity from their phone.
Good Lord.
And it ignites the fumes. She goes, one guy had his phone in his pocket and it rang and his pants caught on fire.
Have you ever seen Along Came Polly with Ben Stiller?
No.
He's a
Yes.
risk analyzer. That's your mama.
Yeah.
He's like, don't eat those nuts. There's pee on them.
Yeah.
My brother's very similar that way. Certain people that way, they're very cautious.
Is he cautious?
Super cautious.
Huh.
Oh, we don't want to order too many shirts. I'm like, order the fucking shirts. Order the shirts. Ship the shirts. I'll deal with the quantity
Good
size.
old doll eyes.
Good old doll eyes.
Shark smile doll eyes.
You saw the picture from 4th of July I posted. A couple of big boys.
Well, Klopp, your boy Klopp.
I call them the Burley Boys. How big are those guys?
Dude, he makes
so big.
Yeah, and
Shockingly
Jay's a
big.
big guy, but Klopp dwarfs you.
Oh, it makes them look
Legitimately
tiny.
dwarfs you. And you know, if I saw a guy like that, I'd be like, well, I wonder how many steroids he takes. Meanwhile, he takes none. He's just a giant.
Yeah, all the comments on Instagram too are like, that guy's not natural, like making fun
Guess
of him.
what? He is.
Yeah, hate to tell you people, but you got the shitty gene pool. He's just very, very
6'6",
talented.
270.
That's what NFL players look like. That's what high draft picks look like.
So
That's
weird.
what all Big 12 first team tight ends look like.
So weird.
Hate to tell you.
It's
But people can't comprehend it. Like, you see certain guys like that and you're like, oh, he's steroids. Why? Because you have Kermit the Frog arms? No, man. It's just the way
regular guys like me don't want to believe.
Well, you want to chalk it up to that because you look like you have rickets.
It's like this other thing. It's like when guys go, yeah, black guys have big dicks, but when they get hard, they don't get any bigger. Excuse
Whatever,
me,
bro.
sir. Excuse me, sir. Let
Whatever,
me put
bro.
your mind at rest as a guy who watches a lot of porn and will seek out monstercock.com on a regular basis.
You'll watch some
It
African American.
does get big. I'm not afraid of black on blonde crime at all.
It's always black on blonde. Why is that?
I seek it out and I approve
I don't
it.
seek it out.
I approve it and I expect more.
I won't pass it by though.
Listen, not at all. I'm not afraid of the black dick. I think it's fine. But don't kid yourself. There are inequalities in the physical world, as we talked
True.
about.
Yeah, Klopp's a big dude. I'll tell you what, man. Our buddy Austin threw a 4th of July party. I can't remember. It was like a college party. Just a bunch of friends, barbecue. I can't remember the last time I had that much fun.
Because you were just
Beer pong.
being a silly goose
drinking. Went undefeated in beer pong. Lost the last one.
Get a little drunk.
Got a little drunk.
Yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah.
beer.
On
And by
beer.
the way, that's altitude up there in Denver, so you get drunk faster.
Is that true?
Uh-huh.
I wasn't feeling it for a while. There's Jello shots. Someone made vodka gummy bears, and then you know this? That's what the kids are doing these days. Oh yeah, they must have soaked them
Vodka
overnight.
gummy
Yeah,
bears?
well, you know me. I love gummy bears. I wanted to get drunk. Vodka gummy bears. Boom. Felt like shit the next morning.
Yeah.
But then we got all drunk, and then my buddy Klopp, who the shredded dude, 6% body fat, 270, jacked.
It's just weird how big he
Worst diet I've ever seen in my life.
is. Really?
The worst diet. He'll go to Dunkin' Donuts before work every day, eats donuts, sandwiches, soda, candy.
Really?
So, we get a little drunk for the
By the way, I have to say that he's got abs. Like I've seen him with his shirt off. He literally looks like a superhero. Like he's
looks
got
like Captain America
He's got an
without the
8-pack.
makeup.
Yeah.
So he goes, oh, there's because I love donuts. Klopp's my best friend, so he knows me. He knows I have a sweet tooth. He goes, we gotta go to this new place in Denver called Voodoo Donuts.
I love donuts.
Dude, these donuts. There's a line out the door. This is like midnight. Line out the door. They only accept cash. Pretty shady. They only accept cash. Line out the door, and they have. You're talking. It was almost too much. It was too crazy. They had like donuts with bacon over the top of them. They had donuts with cereal on top of them. They had a contest. First of all, we were making fun of people that get the front of the line and take forever. We got the front of the line, and we took longer than anyone. I was talking to the guy. Klopp goes, hey, man, don't you have some contest here? Who can eat the biggest donut in a certain amount of time gets free donuts? You can tell the guy's like, yeah, man, we do. Let me guess, your big ass wants to try? Klopp goes, I'd love to. And he goes, well, here's the donut. It was a glazed donut with no hole in the center, literally about this big.
Oh my God.
This thick. And the guy goes, you get nothing. I don't think you get any fluids, and you have a minute to do it.
Damn.
And I asked him, like, people have done it. He's like, it's a lot of big guys come in here, like fat
Can't
guys.
do it.
They can't do it. He says, it's the skinny guys.
Did you try?
And I made a joke. Said, yeah, I bet they eat that dick like Kobayashi. No one gets that reference. No one laughed. And I went, I'm just going to take a back seat. I'm just going to chill out.
You didn't try that. You didn't try the
Fuck
challenge.
no.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was talking about how all the special donuts would be great.
Yeah.
But then I got there, and it's the classics, man. It's the classics that get it done. Not cheap, by the way.
No.
Not cheap.
No.
They could have definitely went cheaper.
No, I'm just thinking about all our fans who have used you as inspiration to slim down, and they tell a story about waiting.
It's a holiday.
Waiting in line at 12 at night for a good, half hour for donuts. And then contemplating whether or not you should eat the giant donut. In under a minute.
Ooh, it was.
How many donuts? Now look at me.
How many did I have?
How many did you have?
I had 2. But then the next morning I had 3.
You did,
I
huh?
woke up and had 3.
Right
But
in
then
the
I
morning.
didn't eat.
First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
And
they
then-
were the best donuts I've ever had.
Yeah.
By far, best donuts I've ever had.
Delicious.
Man, they were nice. But Klopp can just eat whatever he wants.
Just
And then
whatever he
just
wants.
had a baby. He sent me a picture of him.
How big is the baby? Like 30 pounds?
You know what? She's in the 99 percentile for head size and feet. So
Oh boy,
it's a female. So I don't know if that's good or not.
she's gonna be a ball player.
Well, you got Hope Solo on your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be a big beautiful woman.
You like to think so. Or Klopp, you got Rebecca Lobo on your hands. If anyone knows who Rebecca Lobo is, old school reference to women's
Well,
basketball.
Klopp would not make the best looking woman, although he's a very handsome guy, I have to say.
I mean,
Square jaw.
he's a good looking dude, but
Yeah.
you throw a wig and some lipstick on him,
No,
and
it's not gonna-
Caitlyn Jenner's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he could never get a sex change. You could pump Klopp.
He's just too big.
You could shoot him with a vat of testosterone estrogen every day and just wedge huge fake tits and he'd still look like a dude.
He has the longest ass I've ever seen.
He does.
He even admits it.
He has a long ass?
So I forgot to pack underwear, right? I forgot to pack underwear, and I'm like, oh, Clout's my best friend. I'll just take his underwear. I was stealing his underwear, man. Operation Underwear.
Sure.
Stealing his underwear.
You don't fit in his underwear?
He only wears, check this out, he only wears thong underwear. I'm not making this up. But no,
He's going to kill you.
Yeah, he'll get over
What is he,
it.
jockstrap?
Hey, everyone's talking to me how I need to quit telling stories about them because I'm losing friends over it.
Whatever, it's fine.
Well, first of all, it's not the thong. I think it's the bikini cut on the side, how it gets real skinny.
That
it's
giant
big in the
man,
butt, big in the dick.
Yeah.
It's skinny on the sides. Because I'm going through his underwear, I'm like, what the fuck is this? They're huge.
Does he dance?
Does
he dance on the side?
They look like fucking huge kites. And I'm like, why are they purple?
Huge
and orange?
kites.
And then I was like, I guess I'll take these purple ones. I come downstairs, and my brother's like, what the fuck are you wearing? I'm like, good old Magic Mike up there doesn't have any other underwear.
Can I be honest with you? If I had a body like that, I would wear those underwear.
I agree.
And I would wear those underwear. He's clearly moonlighting as a male stripper.
He would make a ton of money.
He'd make a fortune. Can he dance? That's the question.
No, very
Can't
stiff.
move.
Very stiff. And from football,
He's got a bad back.
he has a bad back. And he was telling me, like, if a cab is like going down the street and he's catching, he has to jog, he'll fuck up. He can't walk the next morning. That's how bad his ankles are from football.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was like, and then he was saying he had to buy a new car because he used to drive a SRT Challenger, but it's so low, his back would lock up, bending down to get in the car from football. So he has this giant
Thank you,
truck.
football.
He has this giant truck.
Yeah.
He's balling now, though. Cry me a river, Klopp.
Yeah.
Cry me a little river. He's balling. He's
Cry me
doing
a
great.
little river.
Cry me a little river.
Oh, river.
Little river.
Cry me a little river.
Yeah, I had fun, though. But we're talking about, because I picked you up from the airport.
Yeah.
And before we move on, don't ever travel through the airport with a tennis racket unless your name is Pete Sampras.
I
picked Brian up on the curb.
I stuffed 2 rackets
and he has,
into my carrying
No,
case.
we're not talking like, some bullshit like just a racket. Like, hey, he had like a case over it, flagged me down. I was like, oh,
strung over my shoulder.
Oh,
And sometimes
hell
I
no.
wear it across my chest like
Why do you do
somebody
that?
would wear a guitar.
I'm sorry. How much you get paid to play tennis in Utah?
Do you know something?
No, real quick. How much? I mean, just on average, how much do they pay
How much
you?
money, like how much prize money
Like, how much
have I
money did
won?
Puma pay you to carry that
for
racket?
tennis? I mean,
Isn't that weird? How weird is that?
Yeah, I haven't made any money playing tennis.
No, of course you haven't. But we're talking about.
I hit a guy as I was walking down the aisle with my racket one time because I would bring it. I hit a guy and the guy goes, "God damn it, tennis!" Fuck. He goes, "God damn it!" He goes, "Tennis, fucking tennis." I heard him just go, "Tennis,
bitch.
tennis bullshit."
Tennis bullshit. Dude, how about I'm getting on the plane, crowded ass plane, and I can see the only open spot. It's my spot. This enormous dude is sitting there on the window. I'm like, oh, fuck. I hate flying. Fucking Humpty Dumpty is sitting there, right?
Oh, boy.
So I walk
always
up,
get Humpty Dumpty.
and I can tell he's looking at me. I'm like, oh, shit. If you recognize me, this is going to be the worst, too. He's like, hey, man, how you doing? Super friendly. I'm like, all right. I sit down. I'm like this. I'm like, fuck this, man. I just want to die right now. And he goes, hey, man, you want the window? I'm like, that'd be great. He's like, you know what? You have the window? I'm going to go find another seat, man. We're just 2 big guys. I was like, what are you, the nicest guy in the world? He goes, no, man, I just want you to be comfortable. I was like, that's really nice of you. I would never do that.
What a great
That's what
guy.
I told him. I was like, I would never, ever do that. Let me get this straight. You're going to give me the window, go find a new seat? You know how big of a hassle that is? He goes, yeah, I know. I went, man, you're awesome. Have a good night.
That's amazing.
How cool is that?
I love that.
And then I look in the back and he's just like in the middle of 2 bigger guys.
Oh,
He's like
no.
this. Just like a hot dog. Just fucking.
I've been wedged between 2 giants before. Just 2 guys with just giant legs. You're like, oh.
I
here you go.
contemplate jumping out of the plane. And I think I can surf the emergency exit sign.
Yeah.
The fucking
I get
door.
claustrophobic when they stuff you in the back like that.
Bro, if my phone dies, and you're on Southwest and you have no video in front of you and I have no magazines or books.
You wanna
I brought that book, by the way. Germs, Guns, and Steel. Love the book.
Good book, right?
Obsessed
You're
with it
learning
right
now.
Learning.
I love it.
Knowledge is power, my man.
Yes.
Give it up.
There it is.
I'm taking the Brian course.
Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. Start
Taking
there.
the Brian course 101. Yep. But yeah, man, if I have no form of entertainment and it's a long flight, I contemplate jumping out of the plane.
I can't
before it takes off.
I cannot take.
Would I be arrested? 100%, right?
I don't know. You could just claim that you had claustrophobia.
I would
and you
have to
panicked.
shave because I look like ISIS right now.
Yeah.
I have to shave for tomorrow. I get meetings.
Do you?
Anyways, back to going home. I was super excited to get home. I love seeing my brother. Love seeing Klopp because we don't have friends like we do back at home in LA. We have me and Brian. Everyone was asking me that.
Well, what did
like,
I?
oh, do you have great friends? I'm like,
What,
Not really.
What
I hang out with Brian. He's 50.
What did I say? I said that you measure your life after a while. Once your bills are paid, once you know your bills can be paid.
Yeah.
Then you
Rich as shit.
Then you measure your life on the number of laughs you have.
Experiences.
With your
You want to
with your
invest in
friends.
experiences.
You need your boys.
You want to invest in experiences.
Fuck yes.
Like we need to travel more.
100%.
Like
With
whatever,
the right people.
Our house, our cars, jewelry, gold chains, fat dicks. All that doesn't matter. What
Yeah.
matters?
Yes,
Boats, Porsche.
diamond encrusted boats, whatever.
I mean, it's silly. It's silly. Gucci, Prada. It's
Whatever.
getting ridiculous. Multiple
Sure.
women. The thing
That's
is,
it.
Brian,
Russian
is that
hookers
I pay
on
for
yacht.
any of them.
Yeah.
Price is not an
fine.
option.
Never use
Whatever.
a condom.
Never.
Marriage
ever.
over.
STDs, not scared of
That's
them.
it. Lose your
But the
house
thing
and-
is,
and custody of
condoms,
your
get the fuck
children,
out of here.
whatever.
But the thing is, simple shot gets rid of everything. But no, the thing is, though, Brian, is that when I go back to Denver, I'm so excited to see everyone. For whatever reason, when I get around my family, I don't know why. It's not that I'm negative. I'm not the same person. Does that make sense? And I don't know why.
But part of it is because you came up in a world that had expectations of who you're supposed to be. So when you're around family, they grew up with you. They know everything about you. And sometimes you're reminded of when you had less freedom, less power, less success. You're still a kid to your
True.
family. And so then you're reminded, they can't help it, they love you, but they're treating you a little bit like that, or even things they do that remind you. For example, when I'm with my father, he plays classical music really loud in the car. I fucking hate classical music as a result, because as a kid, I had to sit there and listen to opera at the top, and
I'm not mad at that, by the
weird
way.
harpsichord and shit. But as a kid, I grew up with that blaring, and I had no say. So now I get in the car with him, and he's blasting that shit. I get instantly irritated.
You'll say something?
Yep, I turn it off. I turn it
Oh,
down.
wow.
Or
You're a dick.
Or how about this? I
Real
snapped
quick,
at him.
You a dick.
I snapped at him. We were playing golf. I remember as a kid we played golf, and he'd go, "Nah, you're tightening up. You're tightening your grip up. You know, you can't do that. You're tight." He tried that with me this time, and I didn't even realize it. Said, "I go, don't fucking tutor me. Don't
Damn,
fucking, I don't
bro.
give a fuck.
You're a
I go,
dick.
don't fucking tutor me.
Oh,
I don't give a fuck
You're
about how I
that
hit."
guy.
Yeah.
I had
But I revert back to being a kid.
a little bit.
And I gotta confront it because and it's not his fault. He's awesome. We get along. But I immediately am reminded of when I had no power.
Yeah,
and now I want my power
I feel like
back.
I'm more sensitive when I'm
Fuck
back
yes,
home.
you are.
I remember I was at the party and some guy who thinks he knows me. I really don't. I couldn't even tell you his name. Was talking my ear off. And he goes, "You've changed a little bit, bro. You've changed." He knew me in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
"You've changed a little bit, bro. Come to LA. Come here." I went, "Yeah, man. I 100% have changed. I'm not into fucking Ninja Turtles and fucking hanging out with you all
And
night. How
cotton
about
candy.
that? Yeah. I'm over Twizzlers and fucking Pac-Man. Yeah, I've changed a little bit, man.
Yeah.
I like fucking fast cars, nice coffee, wine, and hot girls. I've changed a little bit.
changed a little.
Oh, yeah. And I'm also way richer now. Yeah, I've changed, man.
That's what happens. Though.
But when you change, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. 100% I've changed. What do you want me to do, man?
yeah.
I can't be your friend anymore because you don't have money. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're a pauper,
Listen, man. No,
I
but the
don't
thing
want
is-
your poor juice to rub off on me.
I don't want your negativity of poorness. But yeah, when I go home, it's weird, man. It's super weird. Like,
I think
you
everybody.
might be right.
I had an acting teacher that used to say this, and I never understood. He'd say to our to all the students in class, and I was in class with some really successful, famous actors.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd look around and be like, "Oh, you've been in everybody's done more
Yeah.
work than I have." And he'd say holidays would come around. And he goes, "Don't go home, don't go home." And everybody, what? And he goes, "Your parents, somebody in your family is going to say one thing. It's going to fuck up your acting for the next 6 months.
Really?
Your sister's going to say something like, 'Oh, I thought you'd be more successful by now,' or your sister's going to say, 'Oh, you still haven't lost that weight,' and it'll fuck you up for 6 months, and I got to undo that damage for the next 6 months." And it was always true. Somebody'd be kicking ass, getting
Yeah, I
jobs,
know.
doing well. They'd go home, and their sister
Someone
or their
says
mother
something.
said something like,
Well, why aren't you in the new Mission Impossible?
There you go. And then all of a sudden they'd be like,
I'm not Tom Cruise.
"Why aren't I?" And then you have to be. We talk about this all the time. You got to be careful with who you surround yourself with. Even the people
But
that are close to
family
you
and
that
friends,
they love you.
I take it, but to me, I if they're not in the business, they can say whatever they want
course.
to me, and I don't care. Because I had a guy say to me, he was drunk as hell. And I'll tell the horrible fight story they told me. Of course, I get that all the time still. But he goes, "Hey man, he doesn't know me that well at all. He's Klopp's friend that he works with, non-attractive dude. But that's besides the point. He goes, "Hey, you ever thought about getting into entertainment, being out there in LA?" I went, "What do you mean, man?" I just wanted to leave. Everyone told me he's a talker, so I was trying to avoid him the whole time. He goes, I don't know, man. You were thinking about getting on TV? I went, oh, like Fox and ESPN or something like that. He goes, yeah, I'm talking like, ready for this? I'm talking like Friends, bro. What do you think about like doing Friends or something like that?
Oh,
I went like this.
sure.
I went, oh, Friends. No, yeah, that'd be great. You mean like being like Ross or something, like filling in for Ross? That guy?
Just
David Schwimmer?
being a really good actor.
And I went, well, first of all, let's just break this down a little bit here. I'm a little drunk talking to this guy. Let's just break down a little bit. Friends was 10 years ago. So that show's gone.
Yeah.
Right? That show's no longer, so that's not an option. Second of all, people specialize in acting. I'm not an actor. So that really doesn't make sense either. And he went, no, right on. Maybe not Friends. Maybe something like Seinfeld. I went, again, that's a great show.
Two of the most successful shows of all time.
Okay, so I guess Brian could be Larry David, and I'll be fucking Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So, again, Friends, or Seinfeld, 15 years ago. But it's a great show. Again, really, those two that's what they do, so it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I went, you should just go try out for the Broncos. Just try out for quarterback, man. Might as well. I said, did you play in high school? He
You're
goes,
athletic.
I did. I went, for sure, man. Go try out for the Broncos. How's that going to go? That's the same, you know what I'm saying? Comparison. It doesn't make sense.
I know.
And then he goes, nah, I hear you, man. Love just, it's a 30-minute conversation. I'm like, dude, you are killing my buzz right now. I'm just trying to have a good time, eat the shit out of these vodka gummy bears and get out of here. So he's talking to me and he goes, hey, man, when's the next fight? The worst question I can possibly get when I'm back home. I went, I don't know, man. No idea. He went, bro, one thing about me, man, don't mess with me. I went, I bet I can see that, right? I'm like, God, get the fuck out of here. And he goes, bro, this guy comes up to me, right? I'm young, wrestled in high school, though.
Here comes a great
Fellow
story.
wrestler, yeah.
Here comes
And
a
he
great
goes,
fight story.
He goes, this kid, man, he gets in my face, right? He's in my face. I have a snowball. The kid goes, you touch me with that snow, I'm going to knock you out. What'd I do? I went, let me guess. You touched him with the snow? He goes, yes. Touched him with the snow. Flicked the snow at him. Right when I flicked, I said, oh, hell no. This kid leans back, bro. Leans back like this. This is an older white guy, bald, by the way. Leans back. Socks me in the face. I do a 360, man. Whoop, right around. Didn't knock me out. Did not knock me out. I looked down and I said, your mother hits harder.
By the way, I'm already dying.
How horrible is it? And then I went, okay, man, I'm going to leave now. Right when he got that, I went, I'm going to go now. He went, I could tell he could do the shitty story. And I went, I'm going to leave now, man. And he goes, he was disappointed in his own story. He goes, oh, okay, man. And then I go to Klopp, who's his friend. I go, hey, bro, I'm going to tell that shitty story on my podcast. Klopp goes, no, come on, man. I went, 100%.
Gotta do it.
Gotta
tell
do
a terrible
it, man.
story.
Gotta roast him, man.
Yeah. Well, I think anytime you're in the limelight, you're going to get people who want to make an impression on you. And they're going to tell you a story. Or they're going to tell you something, and they'll start talking. And then you can see sometimes they realize that they're in deep woods. I tell stories
and
like
then
this.
they can't get out.
Listen, let's
They're
be
in too
honest.
deep.
I'll tell stories like this.
Ooh,
I'll
you tell some bad stories.
I'll head down a trail. I'll be like, boy, I'm in the middle of a forest right
and you
now.
can't get out.
I don't know how to get out.
Yeah, you can't
and
get
then,
out.
you know what I'll do
Let's
sometimes?
keep on keeping on.
You know what I'll do? Not only will I keep on keeping on,
You lie.
I'll lie. I'll throw a giraffe
I'd rather
in
you
there.
lie.
I'll
I'd
throw
rather
a-
you lie and
I'll-
make it more interesting.
Fuck yeah, I'll throw a knife-throwing giant in there. I'll do whatever I can. And I'll be like, you know what? And then
At least it's more entertaining.
Yep, then this giant guy with a red face and knives showed up, and I was like, huh? How's this happening?
I'd prefer that, though.
And most people don't call me out on it unless it's you or Joe Rogan. And you guys are like, what? That story.
That's super suspect. The rest of the people just believe you.
Like I told Joe, remember I told you and Joe the story about a guy who came to.
Are you going to retell a shitty story?
No, but I'll tell you why I'm telling it. When I said that there was a guy who said, I used to live near Julia Roberts, and me and my buddy.
Oh, terrible.
And the
story.
guy goes,
Don't
hey,
tell the whole story.
where's Julia Roberts? And I go, why? He goes, I want to stalk the shit out of her. And he had some jelly to give her. And me and my buddy came up, and I go like this. I said, I go, hey, bro, get out of here, okay? And he said something like, blah, blah, blah. And I go, you're the guy in the movie I Punch, or whatever I said. And then Joe said, but the guy just disappeared in your story. Where'd the guy go?
We call you
didn't
out.
finish the story.
Yeah. So whatever happened to that guy? And you're like, I don't know.
Truth is, I didn't really remember much of it. And it's just, I started down the path, and I was like, I don't know how the story
Some
ends.
bullshit, man. The best time I had in Denver, obviously, seeing my family, my dad, my mom, everyone, Nubby. But
You have an Aunt Nubby.
Aunt Nubby, she's the best.
That's
the
so
best.
cute.
Aunt
Aunt
Nubby.
Nubby.
But rooftop with my brother and Klopp, just chilling
Yeah.
on a rooftop.
Good story.
Yeah, man. It's
Where's
fun.
that go now?
That's it,
Come
bro.
up with something else. And then a drone came in, took pictures of us.
And then ISIS came, and then
Grabbed
we
us.
joined ISIS, and then we went from there.
I want to do my for some reason I saw Matt McConaughey in a movie called Interstellar. And
You just saw Interstellar now.
mm-hmm.
And did you? Yeah, for sure. Quit.
It made me really sad. I'm sucking.
Did you?
Why did I just start talking about? I'm trying to work on my Matt McConaughey. It's kind of like doesn't move his mouth.
All right.
All right. You know, just I just kind of.
No, he's not an old man.
Super cool dog. You know.
No, he doesn't sound like.
Is
that.
that now he sounds like?
No, you sound.
Does he not sound like he's from Texas and doesn't move his mouth much?
No, you sound like Clint Eastwood.
Well, that's maybe how. Maybe he's doing Clint Eastwood. Maybe Matt
Maybe
McConaughey.
he's just being him.
Matt McConaughey is actually doing Clint Eastwood.
Are you a fan
and I'm
of him?
doing.
Did you like the movie?
I am a fan of Matt McConaughey's. I used to not like him because I thought he was very vain,
Ooh,
but
I
I
like
think he's
him.
a really good actor.
Dallas
I
Buyers
think,
Club.
I think,
What?
I think he was great in Interstellar. I think he's a great actor. I've heard he's a really good guy. My only issue is that I do sometimes just see him acting. As an actor, I can see certain things.
Like what?
I can just see his choices. I can see him playing. I can just see him doing some tricks, just because I'm an actor, and that's a shitty thing for me to say. I don't mean to. I don't mean to be critical.
You mean doing tricks on when he's on camera?
Yeah, I can see that, in my opinion, some of his behavior is calculated to look a certain way. He's not yet confident in.
Well, he has a persona, right?
He's just not yet confident in that he's enough. That's what I would say to him. This is terrible. I can't believe I'm giving.
Well, that's acting.
Acting.
Right?
No, because when I see
No, but for sure, give
some
the
actors,
Oscar-winning
when I
actor.
see some actors,
critique
I
the Oscar
don't
winner.
see them acting. So I don't see, even though Daniel Day-Lewis or Christian Bale are playing characters, right? They're playing characters, whether it's in The Fighter, Christian Bale.
Or Batman.
Opening frame with Christian Bale, I literally went, in The Fighter, I went, as an actor who's been doing this his whole life, I went, oh my God, something's happening here.
Great.
Like I've never
phenomenal.
seen anything like it.
He's an addict.
What?
Good guy.
I looked at him,
him.
I go, I didn't see him acting at all, not one frame. And I think Matthew McConaughey would agree with me that that's why he's ultimately not Christian Bale. Fucking really hard to do, and he works really hard at it. But that's kind of the difference.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. Like.
Well, would you say Daniel Day-Lewis or Christian Bale are more of character actors?
No, I just say they're the best at what they do. That's just the difference. They're literally the Michael Jordans of their craft, whereas Matt McConaughey is great, but he's he's the Scottie Pippen. It's just a different thing. Just a different level. Those guys are on a different level, and
If he's Scottie Pippen, you're.
I haven't made the team yet. I'm in Canada right now. I'm in Europe. I'm playing ball in Europe.
You're in the developmental league.
Yeah. No. When I see Matt McConaughey, I know how he does that. When I see Christian Bale, I don't know how he does that. That's the best way to put it as an actor.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's that good.
That's how special he is.
The Fighter is one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. Period. I've never seen anything like it. And he's from England, for fuck's sake, playing a boxer
Boston.
from outside of Boston in Lowell, Massachusetts, or wherever it is.
Did you see him in Batman though?
Yeah,
I'm Batman.
he still does it. He pulls it
Hey,
off.
I'm Batman. Not the best acting I've seen.
I'm Batman.
Hey, I'm Batman. Quick, I'm rich.
I'm Batman.
I have no special skills. I'm just rich.
It's not a bad Christian Bale, dude.
I'm Batman.
I kind of believe you're Batman right now.
I'm Batman.
Can you do impressions? Can you do Bill Clinton?
I'm Batman.
Let me see your Bill
And
Clinton.
I'm sweating my ass off in this suit.
Let's see you do Bill Clinton.
I have sticky ass right now.
It's good. It's really good, dude. I totally believe that you.
It's
were
a
him.
good Christian Bale, right?
Yeah.
Now,
let's see Bill
would you
Clinton.
say Batman's his worst performance?
No, I still
It's
believe
so
him.
bad.
He's
I think.
moody in it. He's a little moody.
But why does he talk like that? Why didn't he just talk? Why
Because
when he puts on the rubber ears is he all?
Because he
I'm Batman.
He's got to be dangerous. He is the Batman. The Dark Knight.
No, you're not doing it right.
The Dark
You're not doing
Knight.
it right at all.
I'm Batman.
No, your
That's
Batman.
how I
Your
would play
Batman
it.
sounds like he's in a rush. I'm Batman.
No, I've been smoking for years. I smell.
No, he doesn't smell.
I'm Batman.
I think he's trying to be scary.
I'm an old Batman. I've been smoking forever. That's my character of
a
Batman,
terrible
with,
Batman.
with terrible throat cancer.
Terrible Batman.
Yeah.
Old. Your Batman ruined our show.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Minions comes out. I'm pretty crunk for that.
Minions. Great You know what I was going to change? How I was going to change that? I was going to go.
Someone
So
had
have
to
you
do
ever,
something.
You ever sat next to a smoke show on a plane? You ever hooked with? Let me ask you a personal question. You ever sat next to a smoke show and hooked up with them on the plane? Oh.
No, you know what? Is there anything better when you're flying and a hot girl's on the plane?
It's only happened to me twice in my life.
It's very rare. It's very rare.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only happened to me twice.
It makes the flight way better.
100%.
100%, right?
Although you and I were sitting
Although
next
if they
to a
sit
very
next
pretty
to you-
girl, well, kind of pretty, and I was just being friendly.
Not
and trying
pretty
to
in
talk
my
to her.
book.
Yeah, it wasn't, but I was trying to talk. I was like, I figured she was next to us.
Brian's this guy.
And I'm
she
trying
has
to,
headphones
I wanted to
in.
include her.
First of all, we're sitting down, and I don't think she's attractive. Brian,
No, she's not attractive, but I mean, she was.
she could have been a dare.
I just felt like we were all sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be funny." It's like, now it's time for me, and me and Brendan are gonna be charming. She shut us out.
No. Shut you out. She does the same thing I do when I don't want someone talking to me. I go earphones on
And book,
Hey,
and
earphones
book.
on.
Earphones and book.
Brian taps her. Goes, what are you doing? She literally was like,
No, I go,
huh?
what are you reading? She goes, nah. And then I tried.
Headphones right back on.
Yeah.
He hits her again, and she's like, this.
Well, I didn't really
fucking
hit
guy.
her, but I
You tapped her like this, a little bit,
maybe a little bit.
a little bit.
Anyway, couldn't have frozen us out.
I went,
more.
Brian, take a fucking.
I was like,
clue.
look, it's me and it's Brendan, Schaub and Bryan Callen. You must be excited to be sitting next to us.
Oh,
Nothing,
she
nothing.
didn't give.
Couldn't
a
have given a shit. I was like, how dare you,
I told you,
madam? How
get
dare
a
you?
clue.
You're sitting next to a couple of men.
She was appalled.
Well, so was I. At the end of the flight, I was embarrassed. She just got up and didn't even say bye. I was
Of
like,
course
well,
not.
Whatever.
You don't know her.
There was a whole hour and a half flight here. Where were we coming from?
San Fran. No, we were going to San Fran.
Yes, that
Right?
was. No, we're on our way back.
No, we were going
Okay.
there because you were all excited. The way back, we were tired.
That's why I was excited. I just want to talk to people. Hey, why don't we move on here since we've exhausted
hey,
this
horrible, Brian.
to
How excited are you for the fights? Is it this weekend?
Yep. Yeah.
UFC 189.
189's this weekend. The tough finale is the next day on
Ooh,
Sunday.
that's gonna be horrible. Don't give a
Then-
fuck about that. Ooh, tough finale. Evan has to be there.
I do.
Let's cover some bases before
Yeah.
we forget. Let's cover Reebok kits.
All right.
Hashtag Big Brown's gonna get fired. And let's cover the
Reebok. Is the
uniforms.
This
They
is
released
the
the
first
uniforms.
time.
Yeah, welcome to 2015,
Yeah,
Brian.
yeah.
They released them. Did
What
you
do
see the
think-
model? The
well,
modeling?
Hold on, brother. Let me feed you some. Let me. What'd you think of the Reebok? What do you think of the Reebok uniforms, Brendan? Be honest.
Well, you know me. If I'm being honest, don't edit any of this, Evan. Listen, if you support Big Brown, don't buy that jersey. If you support Brendan Schaub, don't go on Reebok.com
Why
and
not?
buy the Brendan Schaub shirt. What do I see? 10% of the royalties? You want to support Brendan Schaub or Bryan Callen? Go to tfatk.com and buy Fire and the Kid merchandise because I see 100% of that profit. I have no say what Reebok puts out there. I have no creative
You have no say
input.
on the design.
Input, design, anything. It's a jersey. Oh, and real quick, how much do you think that would cost? If you want a Brendan Schaub shirt from Reebok, how much would you pay, Brian? You don't know me. You're a fan.
$40.
$40? Try 95, Brian.
95.
And then when you was shipping, you're looking at what, 100, 105 probably?
Wow.
110?
What's it? Is it made of gold?
It comes with a dick pic. I've taken 1,000
They took
dick
pictures
pics.
of your genitals.
Reebok's like, why is Schaub's shirt selling so well? It's because I send dick pics if you buy their jersey.
That's what it is. So you don't like that design, and you're not happy with the way
I mean,
you just didn't have a say in it.
I have no say in it. I have no creative thought in it, right? And whoever came up with those, they don't have a beat to what's going on, right? They have no idea. And the reason you can tell is, look, they misspelled names of fighters.
Really?
Yeah. Gilbert Melendez's name was misspelled. A lot of other fighters' names are misspelled.
Strange.
Like I said, if you want to support me, if you want to support Brendan Schaub, I have nothing to do with Reebok. I don't support Reebok. I don't own a pair of Reeboks. I did in 4th grade. I didn't like them then. I don't like them now. The best shoe they make is a Reebok Pump. I think you get made fun of if you wear them now. I will never wear them.
Yeah.
So if you want to support me, and I tweeted that out, you want to support me, it's anything Fire and the Kid related. I have all creative control of that.
Right.
Brian does not.
What? No, I don't. I just go along. Sometimes you ask my opinion, and you don't even listen.
But this is what. So I was on set of UFC Now, UFC Tonight with other fighters. Why, if you're a fighter, why would you let? And I say this all the time. And this is any sport or anything. Anyone who has a fan base. Why would you let anyone tell your story? Why would you let someone market your story?
Yeah.
Why am I going to let the UFC market Brendan Schaub's story?
Well, you have very, very specific taste too, and to your credit.
True, but the same thing. But okay, but then you can hire someone to do it. So let's say, name a fighter. Let's say I'm Chad Mendez. Let's say I'm Chad Mendez from Team Alpha Male. I'm the #1 ranked featherweight in the world. I'm fighting for a title. And you're right now, and I saw fighters doing this, tweeting out, get my Reebok shirt, get my Reebok kit here, do this. Okay.
What is the Reebok kit?
Shirts, shorts. They call it kits instead of uniforms.
Okay.
They call them kits because the soccer thing, it's pretty fucking silly. But the thing is if I'm Chad Mendez and I'm going to see, I don't know, 15% of sales.
Yeah.
If that.
Are you sure it's that? You don't know what it is.
It's either 15 or 10%. Do you know, Evan?
No.
I think it's 15%.
Okay.
So let's say you see 15% of sales from Reebok of a shirt that costs $95.
Yeah.
$95. Most of my fans can't afford that.
No.
That's not a knock.
Money.
That's a lot. I wouldn't spend $95. Who do I love?
Yeah. By the way, when we talk about being touched by poor juice and stuff, we're obviously fucking around.
Well, now you've made it a bigger deal than it is because
Yeah.
they know we're fucking around.
Yeah.
So that's awkward.
Yeah.
Now the thing is,
But you're right.
No,
Most
just
people
let me
can't
get to this.
afford
Let
a
me get to this.
$95
So
shirt.
if I'm Chad Mendez, why would I let Reebok tell my story, create all this stuff? I'm only gonna wear it for the fight. And everyone's looks the same. If you're the champ, it's black and has gold on it. Great, grand. It doesn't look any different really. So if I'm Chad Mendez, why don't I hire someone to come out with my exclusive UFC 189? Oh, it's on short notice. I get that. But next fight, let's say he's the champ. Why don't I come out with a featherweight champion of the world, Chad Mendez, Money Mendez shirt, and I sell it for $25.
Right.
And I sell 20,000 of them.
Sure.
Fuck Reebok. Why are we waiting on Reebok? When are guys going to learn?
He can do that, can't he?
100% he can do it. He can't wear it. He can't
wear it in the ring, but he
can't wear it the week of the fight.
Okay.
But he can wear it on social media. Let's say I'm fighting Conor McGregor this Saturday.
Yeah.
I can tweet out today, get my Brendan Schaub's official shirt. Brendan Schaub's official shirt for this fight.
Yes.
At brendonschaub.com. That's all made up. I don't have it.
And to be fair to the UFC, you are allowed to do that, right? As a fighter, you can do that.
Pretty sure. I don't see why you can't. Yeah.
You just can't. The only time you have to wear a Reebok is the week of the fight.
Week of the
and
fight.
to the octagon.
And to the octagon in the locker room.
Okay.
But like I don't get why you would let Reebok
Control your image.
Control your image and market you.
Yeah.
Because what makes dollars these days? Marketing. Why is Conor such a huge success? The way he markets himself.
Well, we talked about this. A lot of fighters don't think that way. A lot of fighters maybe don't even have the time or energy or know how to be that media savvy.
They do though. But in the thing, all right, let's say you're
saying they should.
They should, and if you can't, hire someone that can
to make money,
because you're gonna make way more money. If your manager's not thinking like that, if your manager's taking a cut of your Reebok payment, fire him. If your manager's not going, hey, listen, this Reebok deal is really limiting us on what we can do. Let's come out with your own shirt and sell it to the fans because it's way cheaper. Right. Instead of $100, this can be $25. We're going to sell them. If they want to support you, they can buy
whatever,
these.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, you need to think that way as a fighter now. You need to think that way.
No, or you collect your 10K.
Yeah.
Collect your 10K if you have 10 to 15 fights.
One thing I know from talking to just some fighters is that most fighters basically can't afford to just fight. I mean, it's so hard with training and with what it takes.
Most fighters do just fight.
Well, they do, but it's
almost
really
all
hard to pay your bills
now.
It's really hard to pay your bills, isn't it? I mean, without sponsorship and stuff, it just is. It's just a reality.
You'd have to fight a lot, yes, to live comfortably. It depends. If you're trying to maintain my lifestyle, there's no way.
Right. Mm-mm. Right.
But it just doesn't make sense to me. And I know, not everyone have blah, blah, blah. Find someone to do that. I was talking to guys. Find someone. Don't let Reebok tell your story. Because guess what? Reebok's not going to paint a very pretty picture of you. Unless your name's Ronda Rousey or Conor McGregor, it's not going to be a great picture. You're going to get lost in the shuffle. Yeah. You think a big company like that's going to market? There's popular fighters where it's not going to happen, man.
No.
They're very popular fighters where some are highly ranked. They're not going to market you, man.
No.
So get your fucking name out there. Don't let Reebok tell your story. Otherwise, you're going to be the asshole getting paid $2,500 to fight wearing Reeboks looking like an ass.
Well, that's really good business advice from a guy who's very business savvy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you just have to think that way nowadays.
And listen, it's not that I don't like Reebok. It's not. Listen, Reebok, they have nothing to do with it. It's the UFC and Reebok. That's the relationship. They really don't have an idea of what the UFC is, right? They're coming into this. It's a good business decision for them. So get yours. You got everyone on the roster for fucking dirt cheap. Good for you. Great business move. Right. Okay, now the ball's in the fighters' court. Now you have to market yourself. Websites, social media, create your own walkout shirts. Don't tweet out the Reebok kits. What? For 15%?
I feel like you should go do seminars on how to market yourself as a fighter.
It would make sense.
I feel like you are the one who should do that because you've always been that way. You've always been a fucking social media monster.
Always been that way.
Yeah. And
now I have
you have to be an entrepreneur.
And now I have companies telling me, man, we need help with marketing. How should we market this? Well, if you sponsor me, it doesn't come with a marketing kit. That's going to be separate, right?
Yeah.
So now I have companies reaching out, asking me to help them with that.
Well, that's how your mind works. It's not everybody mind. I don't work that way. You always laugh at me but it's a mindset that you have. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's not
maybe
just about
if I didn't
money,
have this mindset, I'd be a better fighter.
It's about whatever. It's about being creative.
Maybe if I worried less about my walkout shirt and more about fighting, I'd be world champ. Real quick though, who's making more money than most champs?
It's a payoff,
Just
right?
saying.
It's a trade-off. I like the.
Who's making more money than most of the champs?
You're thinking about shirt designs.
I'm thinking about shirt design on the way. I hope this fucking shirt looks awesome.
Hey man,
ask my manager Lex.
Conor McGregor said it. You have part of being a fighter is media. Part of being a fighter is knowing how to present your image.
But there's a difference so Conor says that because he's doing all these interviews. Those interviews are set up by the UFC. Go outside the box. Sure. Set up interviews on Love Line. Set up on interviews that aren't fight specific.
Right.
And see how big your fan base grows.
Right.
Sell your shirts yourself. I'm not saying you have to sit there and creatively draw things out and then ship everything yourself while you're in camp. If your manager hasn't brought this idea to you, slap them and don't give them a percentage.
I think what people like seeing, and this is what they like seeing about you, is that when a fighter steps outside of the arena that he's used to. So if a fighter, and you've done this all the time, when a fighter steps outside the cage and tries something like humor or just silly shit that you've always been willing to make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
We love seeing that.
Love it, man.
Because your life is so serious and you got to be a fighter. And fighters are,
And there's some great
by the way,
personalities.
correct me if I'm wrong, great personalities in the fight game, but also, correct me if I'm wrong, fighters are very sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
Fighters, if you want to get a fighter pissed off, criticize him on Twitter and just talk about him being not tough or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And we love seeing, that's something that Chael Sonnen does well. We love seeing his personality. He's being silly. He's being effacing and all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff we love to see. We like seeing whoever it is outside of their fish out of water.
I like seeing guys who will take a second and look at it. The issues I've always had in my career with Dana or with the UFC is when they say jump, I ask, okay, how high and why am I doing it? Everyone else goes, yep, jump like fucking lemmings, right?
Yeah.
Yep, let's do it. Okay, I'll jump, but real quick, where am I jumping to and why? What's the reason behind it? Because if you tell me the reason behind it, now you got my support. But I'm not just going to jump when I find out certain stuff where it doesn't make sense for me to jump while everyone else is jumping. I'm going to calculate myself.
You're being savvy.
I'm being savvy, and I'm not a minion. I'm not just going to jump in line and jump off the cliff. I'm going to go, wait. If we jump, is it better than what I'm doing now though? Yeah. Why should we do this? I think it should be done like this. I shouldn't take backlash for that.
No. Well, I mean, you're talking about common sense. And you're talking about business savvy.
Is it common sense?
I mean, look.
No, it's not, Brian.
You've said
if it was common sense.
Like you said, look, maybe to be a champion requires total and complete focus, and you can't be worrying about your image and your shirts. maybe so. But having said that, I'll point you in the direction of Conor McGregor, who has done both. And he's knocking dudes out. Now he's going to fight Chad Mendes. Holding.
Oh, do you still want to make the bet? T-shirt sales for July?
Yes, I do.
You got Conor?
Yeah, I have Conor.
All right, I got Chad Mendes.
Do you have Chad Mendes?
Yeah. If there's one thing that the UFC was like, dear God, out of all the fights in the world, don't let Jose Aldo get hurt. We do not need this. We've put so much money into marking this fight as the biggest featherweight fight in history. Dear God, Jose Aldo, don't get hurt. And he got hurt. Worst case scenario in UFC history. This could have been, besides UFC 100, probably the biggest payday in a long, long time. I think Jose is gonna make like $3.5 million. He gets hurt. Okay, take out. I think Jose was gonna beat Conor. We all know this. I'm rooting for Conor in both these fights, by the way, but I don't think he's gonna win. So let's take out Aldo, right? Who's the worst possible matchup for Conor McGregor? Who's he
Frankie
never
Edgar,
fought?
I say.
No. I think Frankie might be a little too small. Let's input Chad Mendes. So all this money you've spent marketing, all the money of all the worst matchups.
It's a big risk for them.
Okay, and let's say Chad Mendes wins. What do we do now? Jose Aldo? Wait, they fought twice and Jose beat his ass. The second fight's probably one of the greatest fights in UFC history. Jose Aldo still won though, 3-2. Okay, now how do you market that? How do you market that?
By the way, when you talk this way, when I think about Lorenzo Fertitta and Dana White and Joe Silva in that room, I wouldn't want that job because that's a lot of pressure to have to decide now what do we do with our pink elephant.
It's really not all that pressure. I'd say, hey, hand me my phone. I look at my bank account, I'm like, yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, but no,
put in Chad Mendes.
That's not fair.
No,
because they still have to make fights, and this guy is their golden boy. And you're right. They're matching him up with somebody who,
does not stylistically. Every fight Conor has been a great matchup for him. This is the first fight where it's like, oh. Every other one, I'm like, yeah. Even Jose Aldo, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be standing. He hits probably harder, but the speed's gonna be a difference. All right. This one, you're like,
okay,
fuck.
so why? As a fighter, analyze this for me. You've been pretty good lately in your picks. Explain to me why you think this is a bad matchup for Conor McGregor.
Chad Mendes has fought for a title, right? He's fought 5 rounds with the very best in the world. Jose Aldo took his very best, still kept on ticking.
Yeah.
That second round where he didn't hear the bell and Jose Aldo knocked him clean and he comes back to win rounds, you're talking about a different animal. We're not talking about Dennis Seaver here. Nothing against Dennis Seaver. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about these other guys.
You're talking about an elite
You're not talking about Diego Brando.
You're talking about a crazy
You're talking about the number 1 ranked guy in the world, and there's a reason why Conor McGregor leapfrogged him for a title shot. And it ain't because of style-wise. You know what I'm saying? Chad Mendes is a nightmare for him.
A nightmare because his wrestling is so good, and he's gonna. You feel he's gonna take him down and put pressure on him.
He can take him down, and the thing about Conor is he does get hit in fights. He does get hit. Who's the hardest hitter in the division? Chad Mendes. If he hits you, it's not going to be as fun as getting hit by Dennis Seaver and Diego Brando.
He's also got to reach Conor. Conor's a lot longer than him. A lot longer, right?
Yeah, but that's
hard to solve, isn't it?
No, not at all. Jose, he's a lot longer. But look, Chad stood toe to toe with Jose Aldo for 5 rounds.
Tough as shit. Jose Aldo hits fucking hard too.
He's the best in the world.
Yeah,
he's the very best in the world. It's an absolute nightmare for the UFC. Best case scenario is Chad Mendes. Well, obviously, best case scenario for the UFC is Conor McGregor knocks him out. Right? It's gonna be tough to do. Super tough to do. I think the odds. I think Chad the underdog because he took it on short notice. I think he might be even money. They're both like minus 115 or something. Last I saw.
Yeah, I'll pull it up real quick.
Yeah. So.
I'd be curious to see what kind of shape Chad Mendes is in and what kind of a weight cut he has to endure.
Chad's always training. He's not a big guy. Always training.
And 45 is not hard for him to make.
Not
at
all.
Wow.
So best case scenario, Conor knocks him right out.
All right. The odds are minus 170 for Conor, plus 140 for Chad. So Chad's an underdog.
Explain that. I don't understand that.
Plus 140. I would have to put $100 to win 140.
Okay. So do you think, are you putting, you're not a betting man, but if you were, you put your
I'm
money,
a betting man.
So you're putting your money.
I bet all the time. What are you talking about? I just I bet all the time.
So if you're in Vegas, you're putting money.
I'm like Michael Jordan. I have an issue.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I bet my friends all the time.
You're going to bet me.
Yeah.
You're putting your money on Chad Mendes.
July ticket or just T-shirt sales.
I'm gonna have to take that bet. I got Conor McGregor, and I'm gonna tell you why. Conor McGregor hits harder than anybody in the division.
Nope, not harder than Chad Mendes.
He's going to. You don't think he hits harder than Chad Mendes?
Look at knockouts in the UFC of high-level guys. Who's knocked more guys out? But keep going.
I think Conor's
much
bigger.
He's bigger.
He's much bigger.
And I don't think he's stronger.
And I think he's going to have. I don't know what Conor's takedown defense is, but it's not world class. I haven't seen evidence.
Chad's wrestling is world class.
It's world class. So in other words,
that's the difference.
If Chad wants to put you on your back, he's going to put you on your back.
100%. no matter who it is.
Oh boy.
The thing is
Oh boy.
how's Conor going to react when he's down 2-0? How's he going to react when it's all the shit he does? I love it, man. I'm a Conor fan. You know this. I love the guy. So this is not a knock on Conor. But I don't know how he's going to react when he's getting punched in the face. He's on the bottom of half guard, and things are not pretty. You're not on your feet doing all this cool stuff, cool kicks. The crowd's going, oh, shit. Everything we thought is happening right now. Chad's grinding him out, taking him down. Now you're down 3 rounds. How are you going to respond?
How do you think Conor feels about this fight?
How do I think he feels?
Yeah.
Honest?
You're a fighter.
I think he's terrified. I think the one fight that he didn't want, it happened. Now, what's the media say? Conor looked at the camera and said, they're all the same to me. I'll beat anyone. Wrong. It's not. You have, because no matter how you put it, and they're saying, well, that's the difference between champions and contenders, blah, blah. No matter how you put it, you were training for a straight showdown toe-to-toe with Jose Aldo for how long? We've been hyping this fight for how long? All around the world.
And that training was, we know that Conor was expecting to get into a striking fight.
100%.
He didn't, because Jose Aldo is not the wrestler, obviously, that Chad Mendes is. So now he's fighting a completely different animal.
And wrestling's not your focus. Well, now on how many days? 14, 10-day notice?
10, 11 days notice. Something like that.
They're giving you a very different kind of fighter. Not as good a striker, maybe, as Jose Aldo.
Good striker. No, not as good. Good striker, though. Went toe-to-toe with Jose Aldo.
He is a good striker, and
Very
he connected
striker.
with Jose Aldo.
Yes. If I'm his camp, and I guarantee you, I don't give a fuck what the media says, what his camp says. I promise you they put up a fight not to fight Chad Mendes. I promise you they did. I would bet my entire life savings that his camp was like, nope. And the UFC said, this is what we got. You're taking this fight. Jose backed out. Conor, you have to take this fight.
Wow.
I would be willing to bet. I'm just speculating. I'd be willing to bet.
Took their golden boy. I would have said, you sit it out.
Sit it out? We just spent $2 jagillion.
How long is Jose Aldo out? How long do ribs take?
Broken ribs are horrible. He even tweeted a picture out, right? It was like, this is why I pulled out, bitches.
Yep.
They thought he was bullshitting. Broken ribs are horrible, man.
8 months? 6 months?
October.
Before he can start training again?
You know what's some bullshit, though? Is that it's an interim belt. That's bullshit, man. They're fighting for a belt now.
Okay. When you're Chad
It's the fastest they've ever done that.
When you're Chad Mendes, what do you think his camp, what is his strategy to fight
There's no
Conor
pressure.
McGregor?
There's no pressure on him.
I know. But what is his strategy to fight Conor McGregor?
Get inside, land some big blows, take him down, get Conor comfortable, take him down over and over, and then fake big shots, mix it up.
So take him down over and over.
I take him down, but if you land a takedown early, it's going to open up your power shots, which Chad always lands.
So if you're Conor McGregor and you have to fight a world-class wrestler like Chad Mendes, who's been shooting doubles since he was 3 years old and running stairs,
on 10-day notice,
what do you tell Conor?
Do your thing. What can you say? Do your thing, man.
Well,
be comfortable in there. Probably don't throw as many kicks as you used to.
No, you probably don't want to throw any kicks, but you're gonna.
No, you gotta throw some kicks.
You're gonna punch his fucking. You're gonna keep him away with jabs and with rights.
You know what? People always say that, like, "Oh, stay long, keep it." This isn't boxing.
It's not boxing.
There's no. What are you
Chad
gonna do?
When's
the last time you saw someone keep an opponent away in MMA with a jab?
The only time I saw it was I tell you when GSP with Josh Koscheck. That was the only time.
When he closed his eye, but he was taking him down. He double legged him.
He was GSP was taking him down. Josh down. Yeah, that's true.
You jab, take him down.
Yeah,
different animal.
It's a different animal.
I love when people say, "Oh, bro, Conor, stay long. This is you. Stay long. He's way longer, bro. And keep at the end of the reach." Okay. And now we're talking about 145. So he's not going to knock Chad out with a jab. So he's going to do that for 25 minutes. When's the last time you saw a high-level MMA guy use his jab to keep distance the whole time? It's not MMA. It's not boxing.
He's got to use his right. He's got to come in.
No. You 100%. You're going to go to the ground. 100%. Chad's going to get a hold of you. I promise you. He's going to close the distance. It's not boxing.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So Conor's
in boxing, we have gloves on, right? So I close distance. I can push off round away.
Okay.
Nope. I can get my fucking paws on anything.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't take it.
And Chad's strong, man.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of sturdy.
Yeah, man.
His face is about as wide as fucking the Grand Canyon.
And he's beat the very best in the world. I love Chad too. I'm not mad at whoever wins this fight.
Those
For the
guys-
UFC,
well-
they need Conor to win. How do you market Chad Jose Aldo 3? Jose Aldo's like, what? What? I wouldn't be surprised if Chad wins and Conor and Jose still fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It'd be weird. Like,
People
hey,
are like, what the
Chad,
fuck?
Chad, fake an injury right now.
Chad, we're gonna toss you someone else. What?
Damn it.
I can see that happening.
So
Should we move? Okay, let's move
no,
on.
because I'm still curious about. Let me just throw one thing out there so you
If
can
you say
review it.
use your reach game at the end of the jab, I'm gonna slap
I'm
the
gonna
shit
say
out
I'm
of
gonna
your
say
face.
that because Conor's so much taller, he's gonna be harder to take down. He's gonna open his hips and it's gonna be hard.
All right, now how about this? How about Conor's wide stance?
Yeah,
That lead leg.
yeah.
When you're a wrestler, is like
That's
Kobayashi.
like literally, I'm gonna dive into a single. Dive into a single. Just gonna dive in. Good day. Gable grip that, pick
All
it up,
day.
and
All
just
day.
drive my shoulder.
Go and leave
into
that
mat.
leg out there against a guy like Chad Mendes.
Not a good idea. Well, why? Because he's
I
shot a couple double.
I bet you
single
we.
legs in
I
his
bet
life.
you we see Chad end this fight via TKO by a fake shot with a big overhand right.
What?
Yep. That's what I think.
And this is what you're giving us,
Yep.
Chad Mendes.
Chad Mendes via TKO, faking a shot, big right hand.
Fifth round.
No, I'm not going to call around this time.
Okay.
Maybe third round. I see. I don't know, man. It's too tough a round to call on it.
This might. So our golden boy. I'm still taking the bet. I still got Conor.
I know.
And July shirt sales.
July shirt sales.
You have a check for me, don't you?
No, I just gave you a check.
I thought you had another check for me. You said it. I didn't.
Maybe I do.
This is weird.
This is super weird.
Well, it's also weird that you didn't.
Let's move on.
No, but hold on.
Hey, no, pick. What about Robbie Lawler and Roy McDonald, who are getting no coverage?
It's
Zero
amazing.
I didn't even know they were fighting.
And by the way,
my brother said something like, "Huh? On this card?"
That's a great fight, but there's no question for me that Rory McDonald is the best 70-pounder in the division.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rory McDonald is the best fighter in the division, and taking nothing away from that badass Robbie Lawler, I just believe that he's going to beat Robbie Lawler.
You know they fought before, correct?
Yeah, did Rory?
Robbie won.
Robbie won. It was pretty fairly recent too.
Yeah. Robbie is.
Robbie
Robbie's
shut that jab down.
Down.
Shut
Did
that
he?
shit. Well, Robbie's
down.
a southpaw. Just
Yep.
pawn
Down.
that thing down all day.
So they fought before.
Yeah.
I
Rory
feel-
McDonald is
I think
just too
Robbie's.
good.
I think Robbie is more confident than ever. I think it's Rory's time.
Me too. I also think Rory's doing things that other fighters aren't doing. He's just changes.
I
He's just
disagree with
always
that.
growing.
No, I disagree
Really?
with that.
I thought that
No one's doing anything. No one's not
I
doing.
disagree. That last fight he fought with Tarek Safadine, he was doing that really
The
interesting
crazy
block I've never
jab.
seen.
The crazy jab.
His
or he
blocking,
threw some
his
elbows.
defense, standing in. Tarek Safadine is a high level fighter, a striker, high level striker. Robbie Lawler beat him in his own game.
Roy McDonald.
I mean, Rory McDonald beat him in his own game. Rory McDonald stood right in front of one of the most
countered.
explosive fighters,
countered.
Tyron Woodley, and embarrassed him. I mean, not embarrassed him. All due respect to Tyron,
Didn't
but
embarrass him.
just did whatever
he's
he
not
wanted
doing, he's
to.
not doing anything that we haven't seen though. I think that's weird when people say that.
I think he fights. I thought
think
the
he's a
way
very
he
smart
fought. I
fighter.
thought the way he fought Tarek Safadine, I hadn't seen
Did
anybody
you
block
see his
that
fight
way.
against Jake Ellenberger?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
I think Roy's a very smart fighter.
smart.
He
Smart
keeps
fighter. He's been doing it
distance.
forever.
He doesn't take big chances. He keeps distance.
Yeah.
Really though, so Rory's lost to Robbie Lawler and Condit, and he had Condit beat and gassed out. I think Rory wins.
And
this
he was
time.
younger when he
in a
fought Condit.
decision. I think he wins in a decision. I don't think it's a great fight.
I actually think the two best fighters in that division are Carlos Condit and Rory McDonald, and I'd love to see them fight again because I know Rory McDonald wants that fight because he got beaten the first time when he was younger. I think
I think Johnny Hendricks. I think Johnny Hendricks is a monster.
he is a monster, but I don't think he's I don't think he would beat Carlos Condit, and I don't think he would beat Rory McDonald. I mean,
Well,
I just
you
don't.
do realize Carlos' biggest problem is wrestling. Every fight, anytime there's not.
I've also seen him taken down and just stay so cool in the cut. His jiu-jitsu, he's just a nightmare for anybody. He's so long, and he just always finds a way to come out on top. Carlos Condit is
Let's fight GSP.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely didn't find a way to come on top.
No, but almost knocked him out. Did you
With
see
that knee?
GSP's
The head
did you
kick.
see it? Yeah.
That's
You see GSP's head at the end of that fight? I mean, Carlos Condit will
They
put
had
it on
one
you.
shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely didn't win any rounds. Didn't win one round.
Well, that's true.
It wasn't a close
GSP
fight.
is also the fucking greatest
Roy's
ever.
very similar.
Yeah, he is.
Very similar fighter. Same camp. Grew up, under GSP.
It'd be very, very.
Who else is on
another
that
fight I'd
card?
be very curious to see.
One fight I definitely wanted to get your take on was Brandon Thatch fighting Gunnar Nelson.
Oof. So Thatch was supposed to fight John Doomday Howard.
Yes.
And now he's fighting fucking Gunnar Nelson.
I don't know who Gunnar Nelson is.
Phenomenal,
I know Doomsday.
phenomenal jiu-jitsu and trains with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's training partner.
He's the Icelandic guy.
Well,
if that
because
rings a bell.
Brand Thatch is every bit of 6'8". I mean, he's so tall. I'm kidding, but he just towers over. Like when I saw him, he's so much taller than Doomsday, than John Howard.
John's not tall.
No.
So that doesn't
how
mean-
tall is Nelson?
Probably what, 5'11"?
Yeah.
5'10"? 5'11"?
Yeah. You keep going back to height all the time, and it's driving me nuts.
Well,
because it's not going to be a
help
factor.
Brandon in the fight against Henderson
at all.
So
This isn't boxing, Brian.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
Quit knocking on height. George was not that tall.
No, he wasn't.
No. Cain Velasquez is probably the shortest heavyweight.
Yeah, it's true.
Would you please stop it? It's driving me nuts. I'm trying to help you out here,
You
man.
don't like the limb thing?
It doesn't make sense. It's what it's people's default when they
Imagine
really
this-
don't know the ins and outs of fighting. He's a tall one though, huh? Yeah, yeah. I guess he's a little tall.
We should do a fight conversation, like a fight talk piece between you two, but Brian's not allowed to mention reach or height advantages at all and see how
He's
the
screwed.
conversation goes.
Yeah.
Because he picks guys off height.
Well, John Jones' reach is a huge advantage. He's also a freak, but I'm trying to think of who
Oh,
else.
really? When's the last time you saw John use his jab? What do you do? Glover takes there inside elbows.
God, I know. Stood right in
You know,
front
he
of him.
gets in everyone's grill and elbows and
Jesus
fucking.
Christ.
With Rashad, we saw some reach, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you know how to use it, it can be a huge, factor.
Yeah.
But in,
But you're saying-
in MMA, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough to keep a guy.
What
at the
percentage
end of your reach.
what percentage advantage is reach in MMA? If you had to put a percentage on it.
I don't know because it's so
Maybe-
stupid. I want to move on.
Let's move past reach and just get to the Nelson
yeah,
Thatch
just-
fight.
What do you
He
think? about
doesn't know
Nelson?
shit
I
about
don't know
Nelson,
about
so he's going to reach. I think if it hits the floor, Brandon Thatch is in a lot of trouble. Stand up wise, I don't know much about Gunner's stand up.
He's got a very similar style to Conor. It's a little less flashy, but he's still got the same high guard.
Good
I
defense.
think he's a southpaw. Keeps that wide karate.
Who has
stance with
Gunner
the lead
lost
leg
to?
thrower.
And who has Gunner lost to?
He dropped. He just had his first loss, and it was a split
A
decision. I
decision,
think.
right?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Tough
real quick.
fight for Thatch, man, but it's on the main card, so good for him. I'm rooting for Thatch, that's for sure. I can see him winning via knee or something like that. If Gunner's trying to take him down,
I'm rooting for that because he's so good looking.
he's a good looking dude.
He's a dime piece.
It's a dime piece.
Yeah. Congrats, Brandon.
All good, Ev.
He lost to he dropped a split decision to Rick Story, and it was boring as shit.
And that's his only loss.
Yeah. Other than that, it's pretty much just a sea of submission finishes.
Yeah, he's a beast on the ground, man. Thatch,
But he's a lot different from Benson. Benson's a much more aggressive pressure fighter.
true.
So when he was lighting him up, he was getting in his grill for the first couple of rounds before he really started throwing those takedowns. into the
Completely
mix.
different fighters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's a lot more athletic.
Both savages on the ground, but different ways of getting there.
I'm rooting for Thatch. I think Thatch wins TKO. It's gonna be a tough fight for him though.
Okay.
Is that the only other one on the card?
Oh no, the whole card's stacked as hell.
Let's just do one more. I am bored to tears.
Not me.
Well, you just keep thinking about reach for me.
Reach is very important.
Just keep giving me some of that reach.
That's
Doc.
Brian's
your
default.
kick.
Anytime he doesn't know the guys, the reach though, man.
Well, Thatch is
Um,
tall.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the headliner for the prelims on Fox Sports 1 is Matt Brown, Tim Means.
That's a
I
scrap.
thought Matt Brown
That's
was
scrap.
fighting
That's a scrap.
Matt Brown.
That's a good
Matt
fight.
Brown's such a fucking grinder.
Good chance that's your fight of the night.
He's such a grinder.
He's just wild. His pace is intense. That Tim Means is
They both have really similar styles.
very similar.
It's gonna,
Real-
it's gonna
real
be,
just-
there's going to be a lot of blood on the mat and on faces.
It's gonna be a
Both
cock
real
fight.
strong in the clinch. A lot of elbows from the clinch. A lot
Good
of
old
knees from the
cock.
clinch.
I call that a good old cock fight.
Yeah, good old cockfight. A whole bunch of blood.
I got my boy
Elbows,
Matt Brown.
blood.
I got
Yeah.
Matt Brown. How he's gonna win TKO somehow.
Probably beats him at his own game.
TKO by
It's going to grind you.
pressure.
Yeah.
Being just a
You
better
wouldn't want to
version of the
meet him
same
head
guy.
on like that. You got to figure out a way. If you want to try to grind him out, if he's a
It's all
grinder
about
and you're a
reach, huh,
grinder,
Brian?
you got to
Use
just
your reach, bro.
keep your jab in his face. jab in his face.
Now,
jump
how
to
would
the
you
side.
describe Tim Mean style, though? I mean, if you had to describe
I would
it.
say Tim Mean is more of a pancrase fighter.
Yeah,
Tends
you don't
to
know
hit
who he
with
is, do
open
you?
hands. I
don't
know
know who-
exactly who Tim Means is. He's got the purple mohawk and no, he's the guy
Definitely
with the
not.
traps, muscular abs.
He's the guy real sweaty when he fights. Kind of.
Tattoos. Wait, hold on. Tattoos, cauliflower ear.
He can box a little bit,
Yep.
and then but also
Flat
go to
nose,
the ground.
cauliflower ear, wide face, muscular. Walks
Yeah,
around
instinct
about 200, but sucks down to 170. Yeah, I know he is.
And then we'll end on this one. The bullshit tough finale is I haven't seen one tough. Someone texted me, said, "Hey, this kid's looking for a gym." I said, "Who the hell is that?" They said he's one of the kids in the tough finale. If he walked in right now and delivered me a cookie, I'd be like, "What do you do, man?" I couldn't tell you who he is. Haven't watched one.
That's really charitable of you. Thanks.
What can you do, man? The main event is Jake Ellenberger and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yep.
Do you know who Wonderboy Thompson is?
I not only do I know who Wonderboy Thompson is, I love Wonderboy Thompson's style. I think he's a pain. He's got that sort of. He'll fight you. He'll side kick you, hook kick you, wheel. He does all that Taekwondo stuff. He'll literally have his body sideways.
He's like a
and just,
7-time world champ.
He's a
some shit like that.
nightmare. He's a
54-0
nightmare.
in kickboxing.
yeah. He's such a nightmare to stand with. You know,
Not a lot of guys stand with him.
huh?
Not a lot of guys stand with
You
him.
don't want to stand with him.
Tough fight for Jake.
Has he lost? Have I seen Wonderboy
Wonderboy
lose?
lost to Matt Brown.
He did.
Yeah,
Okay, so he got.
because he got taken down.
Okay, well that's. But goddamn, he's good.
He's good.
You know, I like Jake.
5-round fight.
I like Jake Ellenberger.
It depends what
I
the
know
game plan
Jake,
is for
so-
Jake. If Jake's trying to stand with him, it's gonna be a short
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I
If
don't.
Jake tries to rush in for a takedown, it's gonna be a short night.
Here's how
I love
feel.
both those guys are buddies of mine, good
Yeah.
buddies. So I'm not gonna pick on this one.
But
It depends on who's the game plan.
I
Who
think
has a
that
better game plan?
Wonderboy Thompson, if he's smart, has been working on nothing but his takedown defense. And
No, you can't do that. Doesn't make sense.
why?
Hey, no more striking.
Well, first of
Let's
all,
just work on
first of all,
takedown
he's been
defense.
striking since he was 3.
You do what got you to the party.
I understand.
You don't
that. I
start
understand that.
wrestling.
But what I'm saying is that he's so far ahead as a striker that if his one liability is wrestling,
Of
he should be
kickboxing.
working on that, right?
He needs to focus on it more
Yeah,
in this fight.
that's all I'm
but
saying.
you don't.
And I feel like that Jake has his hands full. I mean, if I had to bet, Jake
Yeah.
has his hands full. That's a tough fight.
Tough
That's
fight
a tough
for
fight for
Jake.
anybody.
Tough
Yeah,
fight for
yeah.
Jake, especially Jake's style.
Yeah.
And I know you picked him Wonderboy Thompson because he's a longer reach.
Well, he does. Speaking of
He's
reach,
longer
that's a
reach.
good example of a guy whose kicks are really hard to solve. I mean, he fights in a very different way than a lot of your sparring
You
partners.
don't see him a lot.
No. So it's going to be hard to get guys who mimic his style in there when you're training, and and he's going to kick. He's going to side kick. He's going to do
I
that shit.
can't take anymore.
Back kick.
I can't take
I'm
anymore.
going with Wonderboy.
Ooh,
Sorry,
I'm not
and I
making a
love
pick.
Jake.
I love both of them.
Yeah.
Let's move on to current events before my face melts off.
Current events. Hey, yeah.
I'm gonna semi-melt your face again then. Sorry, B.
You got a current event and fighting again? God
Yeah,
damn
I
it.
love it.
I
love
it happened
it.
today.
I
have
love
to.
the fight talk.
Gilbert Melendez got popped for PEDs. I don't know if you're aware of that. Your face is saying I didn't know that.
Great current event, Evan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
He got popped for what is it's exogenous origin of testosterone metabolites, which basically means, if I'm not a medical professional, but
Steroids.
what I get from it, it's synthetic testosterone.
I don't care. I love Gilbert Melendez. He's one of my favorite fighters.
hold on.
He's out of the fight with Iaquinta, which was going to be this Wednesday or this coming Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
The guy just
Next
fought.
Wednesday, yeah.
Hold
Give him
on,
a chance.
hold up. Give him a chance so you do
Yes.
steroids. I'm going to kill you.
He just fought, man.
I'm going to rip your shirt.
He just fought, bro. Hey, there's a new shirt, don't.
It's a new shirt?
Hey,
My ass?
he just fought. He needed a little help. Leave him alone.
You're like Al from Tool Time. You just wear the same shirt
I
every
know.
fucking
No, I just
show.
love Gilbert Melendez.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because first of all, who trains with Gil and his coach is Tarek.
I love Tarek.
Me too.
Now I love him even more.
However, what? So he's banned for 2 years?
1 year.
Damn, that's
He's
a
banned-
long time.
He's banned for 1 year.
Sorry, Brennan. Okay.
No.
Okay, bro.
He's banned for 1 year.
Free Gilbert.
And
Free Gilbert.
and what fight did he test positive for?
Free him.
It was the post-test result from the Alvarez
He
fight,
had to deal with the altitude, man.
from 188.
Holy shit!
So he's out of the fight with Iaquinta. That whole fight's been completely scrapped from the card now.
Damn it.
And he's been suspended for 1 year. And he other than this, he owned it.
What do you say?
He's like, I didn't inject anything, but I take full responsibility for what
He's
I
a
put into my body.
fucking man. That guy's a man. He stands in the cut and faces all comers. He'd kill a dragon. Gilbert Melendez. Fuck you, Brendan. What do you have to say?
I love Gilbert. I love Gilbert too. I'm not even
I don't
mad
even
at-
know him,
I'm
and
not
I love
mad
him.
at him. I love that guy. I'm not even
The
mad.
greatest.
God damn it, Gil! God damn
He
it!
had to, man.
No, you don't.
Okay, but he just came off a fight. You need a little help sometimes.
Now, real quick, just like Anderson Silva, this is me being unbiased because Tark's his coach and I love Gil. Everything you've ever done prior to this does not count now. People are going to chalk it up as steroids. World champ Strikeforce, steroids. Fight with
I
Diego
don't think so,
Sanchez,
Brendan.
steroids.
I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's how people are going to look at it at all. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as guys getting older, and maybe this is the first time he took PEDs.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. You just
That's how
decided
I
to
look
take
at it.
PEDs.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
You've had a huge successful career, and all of a sudden you're just like, I need
There's
PEDs.
nothing about that guy's body ever that I've looked at in my life that would suggest he takes PEDs. Ever. I've never looked at Gilbert Melendez taking steroids.
Civilian, take a back seat.
What do you mean?
You're out of your lane.
Why am I?
You're out of your lane.
His body does not look like he's ever taken a PED. Gilbert Melendez? Does he look like he's a muscle-bound freak? No, he doesn't.
Move on.
He-
Because steroids are only because you want them to look like bodybuilders. So when you looked at Anderson Silva, we're like, he's no way.
Actually, yes, he looked a little
You're
more muscular.
full of.
Get away from me. Listen to me. Hold on.
You're pissing me off.
No, I'm not. The first thing I said about
I'm not
Anderson Silva-
saying Gil has a steroid body. I'm saying
Anderson
you
Silva
don't
looked more muscular. His back look. I went, that's suspicious.
Oh
His
my
back
God,
is
you're
very
full of
muscular.
shit. When his
No,
leg
I'm
fell
not.
off?
Yes.
When his leg
I said
fell
his
off?
back looks super muscular. No, when he fought Nick Diaz, his back looked way more muscular than normal. I was like, that's weird. He's 39. And I remember thinking to myself, I was a little suspicious. Never looked at Gilbert Melendez's body in my life and said, that guy looks like he's unnaturally muscular in my life. I'm not saying all steroids do that.
You think when you can tell by looks every time someone's on PEDs?
No, you can't. But no, you can't. You cannot. You cannot.
When I looked at Lance Armstrong, I wasn't like, God
Right.
damn, that dude's
100%.
fucking
No,
jacked.
of course not. But I
When I look at freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm like, okay, that's
his body didn't look different than it does through his career. That's all. And a lot of times
That's
when
a
a guy,
problem because when you test positive for steroids and you look the exactly same all your career.
No.
I'm not saying he is.
You and I know people, and we've talked about it when we watch fights. We go, he looks a little more shredded and muscular. And I won't mention names, but we've said that about certain fighters, and we go, he looks.
You know what the thing is?
Right, am I right about
Whatever.
that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I still want to kill you. I'm just sad. I'm sad for him.
Right.
This bums me the fuck out, Evan.
Sorry, bro.
Why does it bum you out? Because of his legacy? What it does to his legacy, or what?
No, I get it, man. He's older. Who knows? Maybe he had an injury. I'm not making excuses for him. So I think other athletes. I don't know. This is hard. This is a hard line to walk because there's so much pressure on you. He's getting older. He's fighting Eddie Alvarez. I don't know. I'm not saying I condone it, but I'm not like, oh, bro, how dare you?
Right.
It's like, to me, I chalk it up as professional sports.
Yeah.
Professional sports.
Yeah.
To
To train on that level for as long.
no, I'm not saying to
It's
try on that level. You're on
surprising
steroids.
that
It's not surprising.
For you as an athlete and been around, nothing would surprise you about any athlete.
Nothing.
Who would take.
When LeBron James got super skinny and shredded over the summer and said he was doing a vegan diet, I was like, I bet I could see him being on something.
And then he went away for a month and came back.
Went away,
a
came
lot
back
thicker. Yeah.
To me, I'm like,
Interesting.
that's a little suspect. That's weird to me.
There you go.
I've been in the game a long time. You don't put muscle and
I
drop
heard.
that.
I heard not Darren Williams, but I heard some other basketball players saying the same thing who play professional basketball about that. And so,
But if it came out, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I get, it's professional sports. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Right.
You could name anyone in the UFC and tell me on steroids, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
Right.
This just disappoints me because I was not ready for this current event, Evan.
I'm sorry, man.
It's all good.
You're right.
Yeah.
You get-
Spend it a year now, man.
Does it disappoint you because
and
of the
he's
reality?
a guy who makes bank. He makes a lot of money. I think they pay him $275 a fight.
Damn.
$275,000 a fight.
Damn, it's an expensive mistake.
Very expensive
Okay,
mistake.
here's.
But guess who? Guess who still has to sponsor him? Reebok. Guess who's still a Reebok athlete? Can't get rid of him. You spelled his fucking name wrong though. on the jersey.
sure did.
Brendan, somebody one time said they were talking about Lance Armstrong and the amount of doping that goes on in the Tour de France. And somebody said, and I think it was an ex-biker said,
They're on bikes, so I don't give a fuck.
no, but they said actually it would probably be almost impossible to do that race without some kind of synthetic or
We've talked about
artificial
this
help,
before.
right?
Yeah, it's part of the game.
And you wonder sometimes
You literally
when
you can't even play unless you're on EPO and all that shit in Tour de France.
Yeah, and also, I've seen how hard you train. I've seen how hard a lot of these guys train. You feel like when you get to your 30s and you're training on that same level, to stay injury-free or just to be able to sustain that level of intensity, you wonder if it's even possible with all these people doing it.
Let me ask you this. Let me map this out for you, and we'll do a poll in here for the Fire and the Kids squad. You tell me what you would do. You're Ryan Braun. Most of you guys don't know Ryan Braun. He was the MVP of the MLB. He was he played for Milwaukee Brewers. Phenomenal player. It was his contract season, so meaning he has 1 year to go, then he's a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's where you get paid bank. He was MVP that year. He signed a contract for something like $140 million 6-year deal. In baseball, it's guaranteed regardless what happens. $140 million. Anyone in there set for life. Your family's set for life. Their kids are set for life, and their kids are set for life. It's his contract year. Before that year, he was a very average player. Not great. Whatever, 20 homers, 18 homers. Then he hits something like fucking 50 or 60. Test positive for steroids. Positive for steroids, gets suspended for a year. Still MVP, still gets $140 million. What would you do?
I would do steroids.
Okay, steroids. Evan?
100% steroids.
Yeah, your dad's obviously on steroids. We'll get to that, though. Right?
Yeah.
But in combat sports, it's different because if you're LeVar Johnson, I'm Brendan Schaub, you punch me in the face and you're on steroids, you're going to change my life for the rest of my living days. That's the difference. Baseballs, I'm just hitting baseballs. No one's getting hurt. Just hitting baseballs. Riding a bike, you're on a fucking bike. I want them juiced to a gills going up mountains. Because if not, it's going to be a really boring race, right?
I mean, I do understand what you're saying.
Sprinters, go ahead. Juice till your fucking gills are hanging out the side like a fucking grouper fish. I don't care.
Right.
I want to see you run as fast as possible. No one's getting hurt. It's also part of the sport, right? It's tough, man. Professional sports.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I find myself doing the same thing. I find myself going, I don't know. Like I find myself so neutral because I get it. I mean, I get it. And I'm not a pro athlete.
Imagine if you could blood test every athlete ever in the world. Who would test positive? I bet you would be so surprised.
Yeah.
Hate to tell you, kids.
Including your all-stars.
I had a Junior Seau picture on my wall. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the guy. I don't know.
Well, just because somebody does something to give them an edge, to keep them injury-free, or keep
doesn't
them
make them a bad person.
keep them playing longer, or to be the best they can be at their skill set, does not make them a bad person.
I think if the average Joe working a 9-to-5 is listening right now is like, no, they're fucking trash, they're garbage. You never have to deal with the pressure of professional.
Also, you're not competing with other people that are all doing the same thing. You're not going to be a lot of times in the top 5, 10 when you're later on in your 30s without some help. You know, if the other guys are doing it, it's a marked advantage. It's a very real advantage. And if your fighting guy's going to take your fucking head off,
Well, how do you
on
get paid now?
PEDs,
How do you get paid now?
PEDs, I mean,
You got to win.
That's
the
it.
only way you can get paid now is you got to win.
you got to
There's
get that W.
You got to
You're
get that
trying
W.
to pay your family and everything. Yeah.
You got to get that W, and then you also now that it's a free market, now that we can't be in the UFC. So if a company comes to me now, it's a free market now. So all right, they want to sponsor Brendan Schaub. Let's say Bretland Watches want to sponsor Brendan Schaub. Well, now we're competing against every other industry. Why would you spend money on me when you can't be inside the octagon? Why wouldn't you work with fucking Caitlyn Jenner? Way more famous, right?
Yep.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It's a free market now. Now you're competing with legit celebrities and superstars.
Yeah.
You got to win, so you got to build up this hype.
100%.
I don't know, man. That bums me out. Evan, next event.
All right, we're gonna stick with the subject of expensive mistakes, but at least this one's, if I'm being honest, fucking hilarious. Jason Pierre-Paul, defense, very, very well known, very good defensive end for the New York Giants, bought no joke, a U-Haul full of fireworks.
Awesome.
And he almost blew his fucking hand off.
He got hurt?
Yeah, he had to go to the hospital, and it's the damage is like there's nerve damage. First reports were that he lost like fingers and shit.
Camps in 3 weeks, by the way.
The Giants pulled a $60 million offer for him.
Franchise
off the table.
tag?
What?
Off the table.
What? What?
He almost blew his hand off.
Welcome to professional
Fireworks.
sports.
Okay, now hold on. So he's gonna his season's gonna be interrupted a little bit. He can't block those passes
Block
with
those
that
passes.
giant hand.
What?
Defensive end.
Yeah, he's a sack artist.
Yeah, but he's also got to jump in the air. And
Okay,
stop
that's the
pass.
least of their worries.
Okay. So, but he's got to grab. He's got to grab guys and throw them out of the way and
Yeah,
tackle
man.
dudes with his hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's not
damn it.
he's not blocking passes, but yes, he is sometimes. But the bottom line is, how bad is the damage?
Obviously, pretty bad. If they're
It's, yeah.
because
it's
they're
bad
$60
enough.
million.
what they were gonna do is franchise tag him, right? So they can franchise tag one player where they don't give you an extended contract.
Well, I don't know what that means. So they keep you there.
They keep you there. No one else is allowed to get you. They do it for 1 year, right? Franchise tag, but you get paid the premium.
Dude, $60 million.
He's gonna be fine.
The $60 million is for a long-term contract.
Oh wow! So they took that off the table.
Yeah, they took that off the
Okay.
table. He was already playing under a franchise tag for $14.8 million.
Damn.
Which
so
he spent
they were
already.
gonna,
'Cause
yeah,
that's
which he
$7 million.
spent on fireworks.
That's $7 million.
He basically spent it on
Hey,
fireworks.
why are you
He bought a
buying
spaceship
why are
full
you
of
buying
fireworks.
A U-Haul for
First of all, if you bought a U-Haul full of firecrackers, how did your finger get blown off? How'd your hand get burnt? Why wouldn't you just light it and run away?
well,
He put up a picture of the U-Haul, and it's literally full from the back to the front of just the most fireworks you've ever seen from the fucking floor to the
did
ceiling.
he drive the
of this
U-Haul to
U-Haul.
China? Because where can you buy fireworks
I
like
have
that?
no idea where he got
this
this.
is
I
in
I'm going to buy fireworks in bulk. Last time I checked, they're kind of illegal.
Yeah, they're tough to get.
Not if you're Jason
Some little
Pierre-Paul.
girl at the party had fireworks. I was like, oh shit. I was acting like it was drugs. Like, let me get some of those. I fucking grabbed some of these cracklers. Well, I just don't get how he blew his hand off. He was doing some bullshit.
Just a whole van just full from the back
My
to the front
gosh,
of fireworks.
Jesus, man.
Doesn't seem safe if you're not a ballistics expert. Something is always going to go wrong.
I just feel like it's a bad idea altogether.
It's a powder keg.
Well, first of all, even when I was lighting firecrackers, my brother was like, no, I'll do it. I'm not a guy making $60 million for tackling
Right.
people. Why wouldn't one of your fucking guys be like, I don't know,
You
man.
need your hands.
Don't hold the M80 in that hand.
I'll
Let me do
never, I'll
it."
never forget when we were driving and you had your fight coming up with Andrei Arlovsky and you had your hand out my window.
Like this.
And I rolled the window up on your fingers and I was like, ah! That's the kind of shit that could fuck things up. You would have fought anyway.
Well, I mean, I did fight with a broken hand, but not a big
Oh, that's
deal.
right. You did. I remember that.
Still beat him. Hashtag fighting for a world
So I
championship.
remember the doctor goes, if I was 9 to 5, I'd take 3 months off. You were like, well,
I was like, well, thank you. You've done nothing.
my fight's in 3 weeks.
My fight's in 3 weeks. I beat Andrei Arlovsky. He's fighting for a title now. Oh, I tell dick jokes
So
and make
exciting.
more money. What's next?
So this will be our last current event. We can do one of two. It's up to you guys.
Ooh,
It's up to you.
let's hear the options. That Gilbert Melendez one was breaking news. Is
Yeah.
that all over? I haven't seen
That-
the news today. I've been busy. Is it
That
all
broke
over?
a couple hours ago.
I'm gonna text Tark when we get off. How about your boy?
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Why? It's fun. All right.
So we can do
You're such a dick.
USA absolutely Hulk smashing Japan.
Our girl
in the
Sydney
Women's World
LaRue.
Cup. Our girl Sydney LaRue.
Fighting Kid alumni Sidney
Yep.
LaRue won a gold medal last night.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That or Russell Wilson and Sierra. You know Sierra, right?
Damn right. I know
Dime
Sia.
piece.
Yeah.
Real hot.
She's getting up there though.
I don't know, Sierra. Is she the porn star?
No, she's a singer.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm old.
Let's hit this
That
round
just lost a whole lot of traction.
Well, what
I know
was
who
it
Russell
though?
Wilson is.
Well,
It's just-
for sure don't text her.
I'm looking at Sierra.
What
He
else
was
you
just
got?
on some fucking interview, and he's just like, we don't have sex because of Jesus.
Russell Wilson said that?
Yep. No banging Sierra before marriage.
Bad idea. Can we touch on both?
Sure.
We should talk
Okay,
for
about
it.
both.
women's gold medals. Congratulations!
Yeah.
It's watched a shitload too. They beat the shit out of Japan. I think they were up 4-0 right away. That one girl went nuts. Our girl Sydney LaRue didn't play a lot.
No?
The whole tournament she didn't really play a lot. I texted a little bit with her back and forth. Yeah, I didn't play a lot. She's married now, by the way,
Yep.
A lot of lookers on that team.
for sure. Morgan.
Morgan's a dime piece. Christine Press. I don't know who she was. She just flashed across the screen, and I just yelled at the person next to me. Who the hell is that?
You're feeling it, huh?
Smoking hot.
And then Hope Solo's on there. If that's your cup of tea.
We've all seen her butthole.
Oh, worst naked pictures ever.
Not
I
great.
disagree. I found it fine.
Oh, dude.
You are a savage, Callen.
Can you imagine if you're with your wife and because she's married to him, to her boyfriend or her husband, I assume,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, babe, let me see a sexy picture." and you send an asshole pic like that, I'd be like, oh God, damn girl.
I disagree.
Really?
I have no problem with it.
Oh wow, I was disgusted.
I appreciated it, and I thought it was rather pretty,
Oh.
like a lilting spring flower.
I'm so disappointed in you. Do you have a creep line, Kay?
Well, how about my creep line with Hope Solo? Yeah.
Oh no, let's go to fucking. How about Russell Wilson
yeah.
and fucking Sierra? So he was married before, had sex, right? Obviously, and now he's got a divorce from her, and now he's dating Sierra, who's a dime piece. You
Yes,
saw
she
her.
is.
Yeah, and now they can't have sex because of his religion.
Because he's religious. Look, here's the thing. When God makes something as pretty as Sierra, it's a sin not to have sex with her. So
I agree.
What are you waiting for, dude? You could get hit by a
The
bus.
devil's
God
winning
forbid.
in this one, my man.
Yeah.
The devil's like, yes, it's working.
And you're
Don't
both,
let Big Brown
and
creep
you're
on
both-
in there.
You're both physical freak specimens, so please make the meat mash. Send me a video.
The
I'll pay
meat
good.
mash?
Yeah, just have
God,
sex constantly.
Dog, the meat mash?
Too much?
For sure, just have kids.
Oh, sorry. Too much? Okay. Make
That'd
the
be-
beast.
that-
Make the beast of two bats.
That'd be an
already.
interesting life, though, if you could only have sex if you were married.
Well, hurry up and get married then.
Well,
Just
then,
go down
but
to City
don't
Hall.
you think if you were a guy who never had sex until you're waiting for marriage, and you get married you're probably gonna get married way earlier than usual, right?
I think so.
Way earlier.
Back in the day, it'd
Everyone's
be like
getting
11.
married at
I
14.
yeah, I think it's gonna make bad decisions. I've been 13 down on a knee, like let's
Dude,
do this.
100%. And you never know, by the way.
9 divorces. 9
I
divorces.
think you have to have sex to
27 divorces.
know. 100%. You have to. Sex tells a lot.
Dude, I love my Porsche. It looks great from the outside. I gotta take it for a test drive.
Correct.
It was a nice ride, so I committed to it.
Correct.
There's some cars I look at, I took for a test drive. I was like, oh,
Yep.
no, I'm not signing up for 18 months.
100%.
No way, man.
And you got to make sure everything's freaky.
Yeah, man, you gotta make sure I was using car references, but we can take
Hey,
it there.
your car's got to have a lot of different gears.
Has to have a nice caboose in the
Yeah,
back.
great caboose.
Nice
With
headlights in the front,
Plenty of room.
and a positive attitude.
Of course.
We'll let you full throttle
Wi-
into it.
Willing to do whatever, whenever. Willing to take any kind of terrain, if you know what I mean. Not afraid. Doesn't need a totally smooth road. Doesn't mind a little bumpy.
a little
bumpy.
rocky, a little off-roading.
Oh, guess we're gonna have to go off roading.
Guess
Guess
we're gonna have to go down the mud trail.
We may have to. Go,
Hey, everybody, we're heading down the mud trail today.
I'm gonna go an inch south down this map here. I'm gonna go an inch south, just an inch south down this mud, and let's take this mud trail down here. It's gonna get a little muddy.
It's gonna get muddy in the back, and I'm gonna come to the front
Now,
in an order that would surprise you. Ass mouth
we might have to go to the car wash first, though. We don't want to.
Nah, mix it up. The car doesn't care. You come in the caboose, go down the mud trail, right? Then go to the front, check out the headlights.
I don't know why I think it's so funny.
That's
That's
so
shitty. Sorry. and-
You need car
and
with a positive attitude.
we got the creep line earlier as I barf into the mic. Oh,
No, seriously,
God.
man. You just don't want to buy a car and drive it right off the lot, and then you're like, what the fuck have I done? This thing sucks.
Yeah,
This thing's not letting me go full throttle down its throat.
that's right.
You were ready
Doesn't matter.
for that one.
It seems to shut down the minute I want to take it into deep territory.
Thing's not environmentally friendly, right?
That's so funny. Those are very good metaphors.
Let's go to Creep Live. Special K.
I can't believe that I got creeped out. I can't believe I had to pull back. I was like, hey, a little too far there.
The mud trail?
It's great.
Sometimes you got off-road, my
very good.
man.
It's
Get
very
a couple
good.
rocks.
That's
Get a
right.
couple bugs
I
on
just
the
suggested
windshield.
we go to the car wash and then we take it on the flat road, but you were like, nah.
Nah.
Let's just get all that mud on our hubcaps.
Just get that
On
mud
the
on the
truck.
grill.
Even some in the tailpipe. All caked up on the tailpipe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so this guy sent me this picture. Do you guys see?
Yeah.
It's a shitty manicure, right?
Yeah.
And he said, he put it on Facebook, and he said, anyone else paint their nails before they have a wank so it looks like a girl is doing it?
Oh, wow, my man.
Oh, that's a good twist on the stranger. I like that. You know what the stranger is, right?
I do know what the stranger
Yeah.
is. Did Caitlyn Jenner send you that picture?
That is impressive.
It's not impressive. First of
Why?
all, so before he jacks off, he's like, God, you know how long that takes? Especially if you're not good at it. I'm assuming it takes a
Right.
while, right? So he's sitting there like, I can't wait to jack off today, man. This is going to be so
Oh, honey, your
fun.
nails look so
And then he's
good.
like, I got to let it dry.
Your nails look, oh, they're sharp. Oops. Ooh.
Weird,
oh, they're
man.
sharp.
It looks like he was in a rush too because it's all over his fingers.
Hell yeah, he's in a rush. Rock hard boner.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, fuck it, I'm doing it, man.
He just likes to spaz. on his
Weird,
hand.
huh?
Wow.
That's pretty creepy
It
and
sure is.
disappointing.
It
Can't
sure
be
is.
my friend.
Just staring at my own
Can't be my
nails.
friend, man.
Okay,
Look
I have
at
one
her
more
nails.
too. This other
Probably
one,
puts
Hope he's
lipstick
got
on.
a small hand.
it looked like a girl's hand actually.
Ooh.
So
Well,
So maybe he's got girl hands. Hey, you can jack me off.
whatever, bro.
So this guy was at his gym, and across from him was a 7 or 8, and this girl was wearing loose shorts and no underwear, and you could see her pink vajayjay. Now I felt like a creep for doing extra 2 sets, then believed it was confirmed once she caught me, but she returned my creep gesture with a wink. Is she a
Oh.
chicken head or is he the creep?
No, she's a
what I
freak,
call a
son.
good time.
Hey, she's what I call take down that rocky road we were talking
100%. That's
Go
what I
ahead, go ahead
call.
and come up the caboose.
That's what I call a positive attitude.
Yeah, that's what I call a positive attitude and one hell of a trooper.
Gee whiz, man.
You wink at me, that's an opening for we can do whatever you want.
God damn it.
Don't wink at me. I'm like, huh? I read it wrong.
One of the most erotic times.
Don't even smile at me in a restaurant. Huh?
I met a girl.
Send drinks over. You smile, there's drinks.
I was changing. I met a girl. I started talking to her. We both went into a change room, and it was only separated by a curtain. And I could see her in the mirror, this little sliver, and she knew I could see her. She took her clothes off.
on a
And
show?
we ended up dating after that, and we talked about it. It was the hottest thing I've ever experienced. So you know,
Yeah,
what?
so
God bless her.
yeah, like
She's
I said,
down for the count.
He needs to capitalize on that.
I hope so.
You know what? The
Yes.
moment's passed though, my man. She's probably being
Hang out on
fucking
that. Keep
ski
doing
gear
sets on that
next
machine
time.
until she comes back.
Wink at her next time, but have your balls hanging out.
Just have that baby bird just
Do
hanging.
you do
Hanging
squats
brain.
and just your balls are hanging
Yep.
out the bottom,
Hanging,
and then wink
we
at
call
her.
it hanging brain. Just have that big old, that
I
big
call
old,
it the British Bulldog.
yeah, floppy jowls.
Yeah, you should have definitely taken her off road though, as we were talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy when you go.
That's pretty
yeah.
creepy, Kay. For sure, capitalize on that. Should we get some fan questions?
Yeah.
Yep, I think it's about that time. First fan question comes from JGMM. What's the story about how you guys lost your virginity?
I was 14 on my 14th birthday. Yeah.
14th birthday. That's
My
pretty early.
girlfriend. My girlfriend.
Was she like, oh, it's
14
going down
years
on
old.
your birthday, Brian?
Nope. I remember she's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, and I put it in.
Did you have a condom?
No, I put it in. I was like,
16 and
whoa.
pregnant, son. That's how it happens.
And it was unbelievable.
Was it? Where
So
did
I
it
remember-
happen?
I
Did it happen
remember-
at your parents' house?
Yes. And I was 14. She was 14. I remember because we had been talking about blowjobs. And I said, when we're married, you're going to give me a blowjob. And she goes, yes.
All right, Russell
She goes,
Martin.
yes.
Or
And I was
Russell
like,
Wilson.
I know. I was young. She goes, yes. And I was like, oh, she really wants to. And she started doing that. Like a couple of times she had done that before. And then we were at parties. We would go to parties. And then I was like, that's the most incredible thing ever, by the way.
Yeah.
And then we decided to have sex. And it was,
Oh, did you have to talk her into it, or were you guys just getting hot and heavy? Then you
man,
bust
we've
your
been dating.
piece
We were
out?
in love.
Yeah, you
In
think you
love.
are,
I was
right?
a 14-year-old in love.
How long did you guys date before you had sex?
A year, maybe?
That's 8 years when you're that
It
young.
sure is. It's an
I was the
eternity.
same way. I had a serious girlfriend, and it was New Year's Eve. I think I was 14 or 15.
Yep.
14 or 15, New Year's Eve, and we decided I had to buy condoms and shit. When you're that young, it's super embarrassing trying to find them. I didn't know what to buy. For whatever reason, her parents let me stay the night at her house because she had like a big party.
Damn.
We were in her bed having sex. It was terrible, horrible.
I never remember any of it being bad.
I just remember it being bad. Like it would hurt her. It was dry. This
Yeah.
condom was super tight.
Yeah.
Super tight.
Yeah.
It was not fun. Her dad walked in. Her dad walked in when I was balls deep in his
No.
daughter. Hey, Dad. It's a special moment for me, bro.
What did Dad do?
He was too drunk. Didn't see what was going on.
Oh, my God.
Came in. Just checking on you guys. I'm like, oh, God. And then he was like, just checking, make sure you guys are good. You guys need anything? I'm like, no, man.
Dude, I had
Unless you got
sex.
some lube.
I had sex when I was 16. After that, then 2 years later, I had sex when I was 16. Came so fast. Like, I mean, I was a premature ejaculator all the way up until my probably early 20s?
Never had that problem.
Oh, you
Never.
didn't?
No.
Oh my God.
Real porn star here.
Oh,
Always.
dude, I'd be like, "Well, don't move. Too late.
I had a girl. Well, I
Terrible.
was 16, and we were making out at my friend's house, and it was like the cool kids. You know, I just started hanging out with the cool group, and they're like drinking. I never drank in high school because I wanted to get a scholarship and be successful, and now they're still drinking. But the thing is so we're at like around the cool kids, and I'm like there, you know. I'm like, dang, I can't believe this is happening. And the hottest girl and I start kissing, and she starts dry humping me, but for like a longer than usual period, and I was all busted in my shorts or my pants. Goes up my shirt, and I'm all, oh, fuck.
Oh,
I was
God
mad
damn
at her. I was
it.
like, God damn it. And then I come out, everyone's like, oh, what's up, bro? Pulled the old Billy Madison, put water on me so it looked like, you know, I
Spilled some water on my.
I was mad at her. I'm like, what are you doing,
On my
man?
belly
Obviously,
button.
that was going to happen. The fuck's wrong with you?
Wow, just rubbing on you to make you just lose it.
Well, I was like, please, oh, God. In my jeans, fucking.
Is that the noise you make?
Oh, God.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
Oh God!
Ev, what about you? And Kay, you're next. When did you lose your virginity?
About the same age, 15, I think.
Did you have that beard at 15?
No.
Sure did.
No, I did
You
not.
had no facial hair?
Giving broom
No.
service.
You had no facial when you're 15?
No.
You're hairy as fuck.
Nah, not that bad.
Before we tell the story, his dad is in ridiculous shape. Hey, do you see the picture of his dad
No.
on Instagram?
No.
Makes you look like
Why am I
fucking.
not following you
it
on
makes
Instagram?
it
I
makes
don't know.
it makes you look like Matthew
Evan,
McConaughey in
what's
Dallas
your- I'm not
Buyers Club.
following you either,
Towards
Kelly.
the end though, when he's like real shitty.
Evan, what's your Instagram?
Evan the Beard?
It'd be Evan the Beard.
Yep.
Anyways, tell us when you lost your virginity while
Anyhow.
Callen figures out social media.
Basically, I was, I think, 15 years old, and there was a girl that sat behind me in Spanish class, and she was moving across the country, I believe, to, it doesn't really matter where. She was moving to the East
Yeah,
Coast.
don't
doesn't,
care.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Your
She was
dad's a
moving-
stud, but keep going.
Yeah. She was moving to the East Coast, and she was literally leaving the next day, and she just invited me over to the hotel that her parents were staying because they obviously had sold the house already.
You got a whore on your hands.
Went over to the house. Or went over to the hotel.
Did you bring condoms to the hotel? That's always weird to me. It's always tricky when they're that young going to. Even now, if I have to
I
buy
have an
condoms,
older
which I haven't
brother.
in a while, hashtag never use them. But the thing is, when you go, it's even awkward now when you're older.
Older brother. Borrowed one from him.
Tight move, bro.
Yeah. Didn't have to actually go to a store or anything.
How'd it go?
About 2 minutes tops.
Definitely not like you're in a porno, though.
No, it wasn't. It was very complicated.
Okay, you're up.
Figuring that out's tough.
Let's get a girl's perspective here. It's always different.
Boring.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, it was in a Honda Civic hatchback. And
Oh, damn, girl.
That's cramped quarters.
yeah, it was with my boyfriend, and we were together like 7 months before I
High school?
was 16, and he didn't bring anything. So it was
16 and
just
pregnant. That's how this
all
shit happens.
natural.
How did it go?
It hurt like a bitch.
Horrible,
Did,
huh?
huh?
Yeah.
It's not fun for the girls at first, right?
Yeah.
It hurt like a bitch.
I mean, I was pretty active. Not sexually active. I was like active.
Was he packing a piece or was it regular?
I don't know. It was dark.
That means it was regular. You would know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would have been like, no, it was fucking an iguana. So it was pretty
Well, he
average,
was
though?
Filipino and Mexican. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to go on a limb here and say it was a small dick. Sorry, man.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, if she would have, you're not? If she would have been like, oh, he's a giant black guy, we'd be like, damn. You don't think that's fucked up? How's it any different? If it's a white guy, you never know.
You never
know.
fucking know.
Asian? I'm going to go on a limb here. How many pornos you watch where the Asian just has
Yeah, but
this
Filipinos
iguana
are different Asians.
Yeah.
Filipinos
thank
are
you.
like, yeah.
No, I get that. They're very different. Either way, they're not known for fucking kimono dragon dicks.
You haven't spent any time in Philippines in the bathhouses. I have, my friend.
I'm just saying, you would have known. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it was me.
But after that, it was all good. And then did you go to high school and tell all your friends?
No, I went home and I cried to my sister.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay,
what'd
let
you
me. Okay, go on.
What'd your sister say?
She was just like, "Why would you do that? You're a slut."
Oh, damn, sis. Is
Thanks,
your
sis.
sister,
Thanks
your
for the
sister's
help.
older?
She's younger. I was 16 and she was 12.
Well, she's 12, so that's
Yeah.
for sure. Not, but hey, 12-year-old, I just did this.
Have you ever been with anybody who had an impossible wang?
No.
Okay.
Well, okay.
What is the
I don't mean to
nationality?
generalize, but she likes Asians.
What is
Just saying. Just saying.
I
Brendan?
had a white boyfriend.
Brendan?
What, man?
I don't like what you're implying.
Stereotypes are for a reason.
Kelly, have you ever? What is the nationality of the person with the biggest?
Full Filipino, actually.
There you go. There you
This
go.
is coming from a sample size that's not very. I mean, okay, so he had 4 inches. Okay.
What would you say?
I don't know, like whatever. I don't like look at.
Have you ever
You don't-
seen a
you don't
porno?
pull out a
Have
measurement.
you've seen a porno,
Yes.
so you've seen some.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's not,
But
that,
it doesn't matter to you, though, right?
it's not that important.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
It
Like,
matters to us way more. Dick size
matters
matters
to
to
you- it
guys.
matters to you way more.
Dick size matters to guys way more, though,
Well,
right?
You care about a guy's dick size and his hands. It's
And-
weird.
and you don't.
Not his hands, ever.
Well, you do kind of.
Never his hands.
Well,
Dick, yes.
When we
I'll
met
check
Alden
you out in the
Smith,
shower.
We were like talking about his hands.
You did. I said he has a good grip.
Yeah.
You made him hold his hands
That's the
up.
first guy I've ever seen you actually be kind of into the way I'm into guys. As in looking at his,
Hey,
looking at
bro.
his body, going, whoa,
Hey, man, leave me alone. Next
See?
question. Not at all. That's weird.
we're gay.
All right, next question. This one is from at Portly Poor. The Nathan's hot dog eating contest was this weekend. How
Yes.
many hot dogs and buns do you think you could eat in 10 minutes?
Well, I ate 12 at an hour.
Damn.
What, bro? But it was an hour and it was a baseball game. And at the time, I was a little heftier than usual. And they were giving away free hot dogs. They're kind of half-assed when they give them away at the Rockies games. So they're kind of about this big. I ate 12. I was taking people's coupons.
Yeah, you are a. By the way, speaking of Rockies, I'll be in Denver this weekend. No,
You'll be at Laugh Track next weekend.
Next weekend.
Laugh or Comedy
Works downtown, July 16th, 17th, 18th.
Hey,
Get
Denver.
your tickets now.
Denver, and I told a bunch of people while I was in town, Denver, go see my man Bryan Callen sell that bitch out Mile High style for me and scream at him while in the crowd.
It's gonna
Big
be good.
Brown.
It's going to be good. Yeah, 16, 17, 18, Comedy Works downtown.
What were we talking about though?
And
What's
then
the
I'm
question?
then I'm in Addison Improv the end of the month.
Just stick to the downtown one and take it from there.
Hot dogs. How many could you eat in 10 minutes?
I ate 12 in an
That's
hour.
a lot. 12 is a shit
They're
load.
small though, man. They're
You
small.
have
eating disorder.
you have an eating disorder. You could eat a lot if you really needed to. How many hot
I'll
dogs?
also purge though.
will?
I've purged before.
You'll throw up. You're like a bulimic girl.
Well, when I was getting ready for Metamoris and I had to make 230 or 225, I like
Skinniest I've ever seen you.
the skinniest you've ever seen, but a friend of mine was in town, so I ate a ton. And I ate a ton, and I was like, shit, man, I got to compete soon. I got to make weight, which I really didn't have to because Cyborg never weighed in. Anyways, no one tells that story. But the thing is, I still beat him. But listen, there's no
Well, you
winner.
didn't beat him.
There's no winner here. It went to a draw. The thing is, though, he's number one in the world, and I don't really do that much jiu-jitsu. That's besides the point, though, Brian. The point is I ate a ton of food, still made weight because I purged.
You purged.
Yeah, I've been
Stick a
I've
feather?
been
How'd
known
you
to
it?
do that.
How do you throw it? Do you stick a feather down your throat?
Feather, you've obviously never
Do you
done
stick
that
a
before.
long peacock feather down your
I
throat?
put this big ass, these two fucking.
Damn, and really? And you
Yeah,
throw up?
fucking
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street. You ever seen Tanning Tatum when he fucking
Tanning Tatum?
what's his name? Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. You ever seen when he makes himself gag?
No.
You've seen it, right?
Tanning Tatum
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Tanning Tatum,
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was
Not
seeing
Channing.
that.
yeah. That's how I do it, man.
That's funny.
I've only done it maybe 20 times. Next question. You
Next
could
question.
you could eat a lot, no?
I don't think so. I can drink a lot without getting drunk, which is really weird.
Can I be
Just
honest
not-
with you, man?
yeah.
You're a little boring when it comes to that stuff. You never like splurge on anything.
No, I don't. Do I?
You're also older, but the thing is,
My father asked me why I drive a Passat when I can afford a more expensive car this weekend.
you said you just don't care.
I just don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna get the Tesla maybe.
You've been saying that for 2 years now.
I
They're
know.
coming out with
I
a
gotta
Tesla
wait-
SUV.
I gotta wait till my lease
Special?
runs out.
Oh.
Or do I?
Have you ever eaten a ton, Evan?
Have I ever eaten a ton?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course I have.
like a shitload.
Yeah, to the point like you can't even move. You just have to like lay down. And
Did
just
you
wait for it
purge?
to pass. Nah,
How many hot dogs?
it
could you
doesn't matter for me because I'm not gonna gain any weight anyway.
eat? What about you?
I know not the answer you
You've
want.
purged, Kay?
Yeah. For my birthday last year, I was wearing this all white outfit, and I knew I had to have the flat stomach, but I was so hungry. The day
Spanx, girl.
before. No, but it was like a crop top.
Oh, word.
So I ate a shit ton of tacos. Like, I think I ate like 9 tacos.
Damn.
And I barfed it all up, and my stomach was
Went
looking
right back
real
down.
flat.
I feel you.
I've got to hurt your throat though. All that.
Nah.
You know what? In high school, I dated a girl who purged all the time, or she's bulimic, and her
Yeah.
breath was always really bad, and her hair was shitty, and she had shitty skin. That's
Yeah.
how I figured it out.
Didn't get good nutrition.
No.
How
yeah,
did you even like her in the beginning?
I dated a girl
looked
She was
like
a
that.
smoke show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
she
did-
turned into that?
Put on some weight.
I dated
Oh.
a bulimic girl like that. That doesn't smell good.
A lot of girls have eating disorders. I think people would be surprised. A lot of guys do too.
Yes,
I
they
don't
do.
really have an eating disorder. I have body dysmorphia, but I don't have an
It's
eating
hilarious
disorder.
that you have body dysmorphia.
It's weird, huh?
What's
Brian has a great video of me in San Francisco.
Funniest thing I
I'll
wish-
play it for you too.
funniest
I can't,
shit
we
I've
can't,
ever seen in my life?
We can't put it out on the
It was
airwaves.
so funny though.
You were laughing your ass. You sent it to Rogan.
It was the greatness. Because Brendan did a serious dance.
I was in my MeUndies.
It's in the morning. I'm like, Brendan.
Like,
and he's peeking around the head. And I go, Brendan. And then all of a sudden you hear music. Ding, ding, and I go, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. It's Brendan Schaub. And he comes prancing out in his camo underwear, his MeUndies, and just throws his arms out and just starts thrusting. And I go, all
Dancing.
right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He's everybody's dream. And it's the gay review. And he goes, hey. And then he ran
Take
out.
off.
He just took off. I was like, what?
we'll show
I
it
was
to you
being a
guys
barker.
after.
I was being a barker. It's the Knob Hill Meat Packers. This chiseled big dick stud is every young boy's fantasy. That's right. He's got shoulders as broad as the beaches he swims from. He's Brendan Schaub.
It's Turbo. No, you'd have
Now,
to. You'd have to have a
I'd
special
name
name.
you Zoltan.
No, I don't
is
like Zoltan. I don't want that.
He's
It's
Zoltan.
Turbo.
Watch this.
Turbo stage 9.
Turbo, watch-
It's 8 inches, everybody. Here he comes.
Watch Turbo jack off and shoot.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I lost it.
It's Turbo. He likes to take you off road and come up through the caboose.
There you go. You guys can grind on him and watch him shoot all over his shirt. There he is, shooting wide arcs of glory, ladies and gentlemen. He's not wearing a shirt. I'm just kidding. He's going to shoot wide arcs of glory. Bring your rain gear, because here he comes.
Here he comes. I just got that. It's Turbo.
This ex-athlete with smooth brown skin and that great Gatsby hair, ladies and gentlemen. He's got that part. He combs his hair. He wears gel, and he uses that gel for something else. And there he goes, using the gel not just for the hair, but for that big old angry American dick. There he
As
is.
American as it gets.
Hey, boys.
SEAL Team 7 is his dick.
Pull
Hey,
out your
why-
umbrellas or don't. Here he comes.
Why do all DJs sound like that at strip clubs? It's Tammy coming down number 4.
coming down
Don't
the
forget to
stage.
tip your waitresses. Why do they talk
Always
like that?
talking this way, gentlemen. We
Why?
are going to close up pretty soon, so spend that money.
Hey, fellas, make sure you get your ones. It's roast beef night special. It's Kimmy.
That's right. We've got the best roast beef of any strip club this side of Tennessee.
Isn't it weird?
I
how they
don't
talk
eat-
like
I
that?
don't eat at
Every
strip
single
clubs.
one of them. I have a buddy who was like, "Oh yeah, I grabbed something to eat earlier." I'm like, "Where at?" Centerfold. It's had the prime rib. Huh?
Yeah.
Ate lunch at a strip club.
Not me.
I was like, "Did you look at the dancers?" No, I'm actually in the back. So you specifically go there for the food?
Weird.
Fucking weird, man.
Weird. Yeah.
You think at gay strip clubs they have the same voice? It's David.
I'm sure. Why
Or is
not?
it a girl?
Here he comes.
What if
ladies
it's a
and
girl
gentlemen.
though? Can you do it in a girl's voice?
I don't know why you'd have a girl do it. That's not a good girl.
No.
Too masculine.
Next question.
Anywho.
David. That's a weird. Evan's a good name. Evan. Here he
Evan the
comes.
Beard.
That's right. He's a power-packed little hydrant of a man. He's got a great beard and a full head of hair.
I would make a killing stripping.
Yeah, you're good looking.
You make good mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
It depends. It depends.
Evan's
Depends what
Man.
neighborhood you put me in.
No, good guys would like you. He's got the right amount of hair. He's
We can
muscular.
open a strip club off Abbott Canyon.
Muscular,
Oh, yeah, we
great
could.
looking
You
face.
kill it there.
Yeah, we should.
If things
Alright.
ever get tight, I'm gonna start stripping.
Next thing on the
I'll
fighter
suck your
and the
dick
kid
in the
business
back
plan.
too.
Hey, bro.
What, bro? I'm trying to make the
What
most
the fuck?
of
It's a Monday, bro.
I'm trying to make the most of my opportunity, bro. I get it. Bills are a little tight. I'm gonna rub up on you.
Don't
You want to
say-
pay me an extra $50? I'm gonna do something a little strange for some change.
Don't say I'll suck your dick in the back.
I'm just saying. If
Why does it have to be
money
in the
was
back?
tight. Well, it can't be in the front. It's illegal.
Hey, bro, I'll suck your dick and be behind the dumpster over there. I don't care. It doesn't smell good.
can't
but
do
who
it out
gives
in
a
the
shit?
open,
Just
man.
me, you, and the rats. You know what I'm saying, bro? Just me, you, and the rats.
Me and you and the rats. Maybe let the rats get on it. You
Don't
ever had a
touch
rat
me.
bite your nuts while you're getting jacked off? Good time. Good time, my man. Grab that used pickle back there. We use it for lube. Come on down.
That's roaches and rats in my mouth.
It's 50 if it's just me. If you want a rat, it's 100.
Oh, yeah.
Hundo with the rat.
All right.
Juicy nose. All right, go.
This one's from Greyhole69.
Oh.
Well, all right.
I'm not ready for this.
I'm not either.
Pretty tame question considering how gruesome his handle is. Should the guy pay for everything on a date?
Yes.
Yes.
100%. Yes.
Wait.
First dates.
First date? Yes.
Yes.
One fucking 100% first date, second date, third date, and then when
All
you get
dates.
yeah, all dates. I do. What? Don't be a bitch. I know money's tight and stuff, but just do it anyway.
No, yeah, I get it. It's 2015 though. You want equal rights? You're gonna pay for half of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Dutch is retarded, man.
Dutch.
I mean, unless she's not gonna.
I'm not down with
girls are turned
splitting.
off
Just
by that.
she should probably, just out of common courtesy, pick up one every now and then.
Yeah, well,
I agree with that.
If you guys have been dating,
throw a little help every now and then, especially if you're dating.
It depends on-
I dated a girl
It's a gesture.
I dated a girl who made more money than me, and we would go to Starbucks. I would get $1.75 coffee, and I'm like, "You want anything?" She's like, "Ooh, yeah, I'll take a venti dirty hemp chai latte. I'll take 7 packs of those nuts.
Yeah.
Ooh, what else you got?" And they'd be like, "Your total's $47." Like, God damn.
well,
man.
it depends on where you are in your life. So if you're not making a lot of money right now, and she's got her own job, then yeah, she should help out. Sometimes money's fucking tight. You're not making money. You're between jobs or
Yeah, you
whatever.
got to drop egos. I think if
Yeah.
if you're both working 9 to 5 and you're both fucking struggling to make it, man, and things are tight, you have to help each other out. Then
Yeah.
you're a team.
Yes.
First couple of dates, yeah, man, you got to pay for everything. After that, though, let egos aside, man. This isn't
help each other
This
out.
isn't 1950. She doesn't have to stay at home, do the laundry, and cook meals every goddamn night.
Yeah.
For sure, contribute a little bit.
Yeah, no
that drives me nuts when girls expect everything. Real quick, we live on the beach. It's not cheap here.
No.
Be nice. You throw
Dude,
some change.
everything costs money. It's so expensive just to fucking do anything. It's so yeah. You got to help each other out. 2 pocketbooks are better than 1. Great.
Last question.
Yep. All right. Last question. We'll wrap with. Okay. This one comes from at Alex Palace. Brendan, what was your first cage fight like? And Brian, what was your first stand-up gig like? How did you get rid of being terrified to fail?
I was so afraid that I couldn't move my face, and I felt more afraid than the real fights, which have been very few in my life I've been into. You know when you get in a real fight and you're so afraid you can't feel your legs?
Yeah, but you don't know you're going to get in a fight, so it's just like that.
Yeah, but
That's how I know you
was
don't fight,
more-
but go.
I was more afraid being on stage, having to do something that people thought I was funny my whole life.
Isn't
and
it
then I had
because you have
put
to there's like a bunch of anticipation,
Yes,
right?
because everybody
you
said,
have
"Oh,
to deal with
Brian's
it.
really funny. He's going to be great." And now I'm waiting in the back, and it was the only time I actually almost ran away. Like I literally, honestly, had to stop myself from fucking running away.
Oh, I've been on the way to the arena. Like before I was fighting Travis Brown, I was usually take a bus to the hotel and then they take you to the arena. I was staying in another hotel, so I just took a taxi to the arena. I remember being like, God, what if I just told this taxi, hey, head west, man, go straight to LA. I would never do it, but
that's
you're
very natural, man.
100%. Well, I was like, God, I could just say, hey, bro, head west.
Yeah.
I don't need the UFC. I don't need this. Travis Brown's some monster. I don't need to get hit in the face. I make way more money.
You're
doing
probably,
other
if
things.
you're really afraid, you're probably doing the right thing in some ways. I mean, if it's something you really want.
Well, I always say if you're not afraid, then your goals aren't big enough.
That's a great. I
And
love that
now
saying.
people have
I
taken
love
it.
make that into a T-shirt.
Yeah, I definitely could for
I mean,
sure.
I
But the-
like that
the-
saying so much because I think that it's really true. If you're not afraid, your goals aren't big
I'm
enough.
terrified of ton of stuff. Before my first fight, I remember there's a lot of expectations on me, right? And I was fighting this guy, Jay Leister. He looked like an armadillo with a helmet on that they melted in World War II. But listen, he was still a scary guy. All my family's there. And I was like the first or second fight on the card. Sold out arena, by the way. I didn't start in some small show. I fought at Broomfield Event Center, packed house, right? B-Shop's fighting, packed house. And they're like, you got about an hour to warm up. Not making this up. You got about an hour to warm up. All right, well, shit. At the time, I didn't have Lauren Landau, right? I was just doing my own thing. Maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 jumping jacks. Schaub, you're in the hole. I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
I had to just go. The fight lasted, I think, 27 seconds.
Beat him up.
Beat the shit out of the guy.
Here's a
I was
question.
still terrified, though. I was so terrified.
What would you say? Like, here's a question for everybody in the
You know
room.
what's weird? We'll get back
Yeah,
to keep that in mind. My brother had video. The UFC, I think before I fought Nogueira or Rothwell, I forget what it is, but they gave me like basically a GoPro before they came out. It was like a bigger GoPro. It was called the Fighter Diaries. It never got released because I was supposed to send it UPS. And I sent it post office. I was supposed to put in the UPS packaging, but I sent it the wrong one, so the UFC never got it. They got it like weeks after the fight, so it was too late. But my brother had all this footage he was showing me. I couldn't watch it, man.
No.
I couldn't watch. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It was like diaries.
Because why? Because you didn't like what you were seeing, how you were moving, or what?
Well, it had Stipe Miocic on there. He was a good friend of mine, good training partner. It had all the rounds of me and him fighting on there, which is, I mean, I wish I could release those. You don't want to talk about a war. God. A war. You're talking about me and Stipe just going at it.
Jesus.
The whole entire gym, you could see on camera, just stopped and watched the two of us. Just
two monsters.
And we're talking about, I mean, people would have paid money to watch me and him.
Because you guys were trying to kill each other.
He just got to the UFC. I was fighting, I think, Rothwell, so I was
you
getting
guys
ready.
are going
This is 3 weeks
at it.
before, and we are scrapping. Like, I was watching, like, oh, my God, we were going
Do you have video of that? I want to see
Oh,
it.
yeah. I'll have
I'd love
Jay
to see
send it.
that.
But such a good guy. But then, it's me talking about before the fight, nerves and family and friends. I couldn't watch it, man. I was, like, cringing.
Oof.
My brother kept playing. I just passed. I'm like, I don't want to see that shit, man. I think maybe because I lost the fight, or maybe I'm a little bitter towards of what's going on.
Yeah, there's all that, dude. I feel that way. I can never watch myself when I act because it's always a disappointment to me. Like, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I'm acting. I don't like it's not what I pictured I wanted to be. By the way, that's important. I love that you're saying this because I've been doing this. I'm 48 years old. Think about how I feel when I watch myself, whether it's the Goldbergs, which everybody seems to think I do a good job on, or anything. Every time I watch myself, I'm disappointed. Every time I watch myself,
every time,
even stand up, I'm disappointed. I don't like what I do. I don't like how I look.
I'm embarrassed.
This is not who I want to be.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm always disappointed
Always
in
embarrassed.
where I am right now.
Yep.
And that's maybe what drives me. But I maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe I should be more happy. I don't know. I don't try to.
I stopped. I used to listen to the podcast twice. I stopped listening. I listen to certain parts where I think I can get in trouble through the media or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that, but I stopped listening to the show because I'm starting to hate it.
Yeah, because you hate the way what you're doing. I could have been better.
Yep. Because I critique it too much, and I find it changing the show.
I'm all right because now you're listening to
conscious,
yourself,
and I'm not being myself.
Right. You're
Which
trying to be good and trying to be funny
Yes.
as opposed to just being
myself.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And that is such an important lesson, man, because, for me, my father was saying that. He was like, what do you think about when you look back on your career? I go, I'm not satisfied or happy. I'm disappointed. I woke up this morning feeling disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always that way. I mean, here's a question I was going to ask everybody. I read this book. They did this study where they asked different cultures, like, what the overriding emotion is throughout their day for the most part. So I'll give you some emotions. Boredom, fear, shame, guilt, frustration. What do you think takes up the biggest percentage of your day? What is the feeling that takes up? Stress. Huh. Fear then. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear.
Stress, fear.
Yeah. How about you, Evan?
Worry.
Worry. So fear.
Yeah, basically.
Key?
I would say I'm always antsy.
You're antsy?
Mm.
What does that mean? You're
You
frustrated?
have anxiety?
Like I'm always wondering what I'm gonna do next.
Well, you're young. You're young.
Yeah, what you're thinking about your future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny when you think about that.
Well, that makes sense for her, though. I think, you know what? Just because she's young, that's not really, you can't really chalk it up as young because I think all of us think like that.
I think so.
Like, I always think, what's the next step?
Well, they always say worry is sort of like worry. You're worried about the future, which you have no control over, right? So it makes no rational sense.
Well, you do. You make your own future.
Yeah, you do. I mean, that's how you have to think of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Like
can't.
with this,
But
with
you don't.
everything going on in this room. There's a lot of decisions that could be made that could affect where we end up in 6 months from now, a year from now,
Sure.
2 years from now.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Drives me
too,
crazy. Keeps me up at night.
But you can't stress in the future something you really don't have control of, right? Like but sometimes before fights, I'd think of what's after this. This is a Wednesday before I fight. Andre Arlovsky, Matt Mitrione, Nogueira. I'd be thinking in my hotel, all right, what are we going to do after? Who's next? What? It's not good, man. You got to be in the present.
You got to be in the
I think the happiest people are the ones in the present.
Well, that's the secret of life. I mean, that's what I work on every single fucking day, But then I'm like, oh, I'm worrying about the present, but I got to write a whole new hour. I've stressed that I don't write enough now. I stressed that I had a good time. That's why when you see great, like they were talking about, Michael Jordan spends 2 weeks of the year only. He belongs to 23 golf clubs, and in the club my dad plays, he has his locker there, and he comes 2 or 3 days weeks a year. And I heard somebody talking about, it was a guy who works there. He goes, Michael Jordan comes in, but for me, I don't treat him any different. I'm not that impressed. And I went, okay, well, you should be impressed because he's the greatest of all time, which doesn't just mean he had a skill set. It means he was able to overcome all these other fucking things, right? Those
You know how much criticism
onslaught,
he
the
got?
constant onslaught of 1,000 things that could go wrong to being the greatest. 1,000
The
things.
greatest. Think about the stress he
Be
had.
impressed. Be impressed with anybody who's really good at what they do, and allow it to inspire you. Don't you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Don't
instead
be a
of like,
hater.
Fuck, man. It's so hard to be really good. It's so fucking
Oh, my God.
like this special that I shot. We were talking about it. It's kind of the best I could do right then. It was the best I can do right
And it was
now.
great.
Yeah,
It's
but
special.
It's my best. Like I don't know.
That's all you can ask for.
I can't do any better. I mean, this next episode, this next special I do, I hope it's better. But I thought it was really good. But the point is that at least I did my best.
True.
You know, and that's probably why I can't watch it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm gonna have a hard time watching it. I'll be disappointed. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be in Denver. I'm bringing heat. I got new shit. I can't wait. I
The
can't
Mile
wait for this.
High City. Sell out for this
Comedy
guy
Works,
for me, people.
Comedy Works this July 16th, 17th, 18th.
Next
Get
weekend.
your tickets now because they are actually
My
going
family,
fast.
Big Brown's family and friend will be there. I'm
Yes.
going to need some camp
We're already
tickets.
selling a lot of tickets. I'm excited.
You guys know the deal. The website, tfatk.com, for every episode, video, picture gallery, T-shirt release.
All of it.
Everything you ever need is on there.
There we go, baby.
Booyah.
Peace.
Good show. Please don't do that. This is The Finally Kid. We're out.